Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Sorry we're a little late. We probably will always be a little late when we don't stream on Wednesdays because I have to come home from work. Hi, I'm Katie Quixotic. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you, Tom, for the resub. 18 months! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we're playing some D&D tonight. Episode 2. Oh, I still have it as episode 1. Gonna have to update that. Oh, hi Maharishi. Thank you for this sub. 4 months. Look at you. You're so close to a new sub badge. Yeah, so I want everybody to introduce yourselves while I fix the episode number, and then we'll get started. Let's start with Zach.
That's me. I'm the DM. That was awkward. Who's going first? It's me. I'm Zach. I'm DM. I'm Golden Guys in chat.
I'll go, I guess. My name is Chris or Gat. And I will be Galagun26 in chat.
Hey guys, I'm Jeeps. I'm still AKA Jeeps in chat. I do lurk a lot, but yeah. Hi.
And I'm Katie Quixotic, as I said. And yeah. Who wants to do a recap? Haha, I didn't even ask if anyone wanted to do that. I'm gonna make somebody do it though. Or I can do it.
We definitely should do one.
We should do a recap.
I would do it, but I want to see the player's perspective of the recap.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So the three of us were on our way to go and join an adventurers guild, which I'm loosely tied to via association. And we happened upon some crime being done in the streets. And the guard said, "Stop that man." And we stopped him. We stopped him really good. And we passed our initiation via that instead of what they were going to have us do, which probably involved something in the sewers and gunky and rats, so I was quite happy with that. And then we went back and we were initiated, and we were given a room, and then they sent us off to go investigate this guy's house. And then the cleric that we were with, who was on watch, got holded person. How does that work? Anyway, she was frozen when we came out, and the whole place was on fire, and we had to escape a house on fire, and we did save her, but only barely. And then we left.
And we saw someone who looks like who may have been who did it, who was walking away, and then when I got close to them, they just disappeared.
Bitches.
And, also, the door was barred with an immovable rod.
So I have an immovable rod
get us stuck in there. So now we have an immovable rod, and we didn't burn to death. So I call that a win.
Held peoples.
Yeah.
Yes, it's held peoples.
And the poor innocent people didn't lose their houses.
Yeah.
That's also true. The row houses are intact, except for the one that was... Well, the one that's on fire is even mostly intact.
Maharishi, next time I will sing the recap. I'll write up a little song for it. We'll have 2 weeks. I'll sing the recap next time.
All right.
Gat and Lost World are a little quiet on my end. I can't turn you up individually, so if you guys can click yourself up on your end, maybe just a skosh.
I will move the mic closer to my mouth and then have Katie message me that she can hear me breathing in approximately 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're coming through great on Zoom. I can mute Zoom and see what you sound like on the stream.
Testing. Yeah, I'm a little quiet.
Yeah, you are a little quiet. Crime, you say? Hi, Eric. You can do it. I'll put my back into it. Kara, I love you. Sorry, I cannot stay on my own D&D stream to play soon. Oh, Maharishi, well, thank you for stopping by and for the resub. We'll normally be on Wednesdays, so hopefully we won't continue to interfere with your stream.
Yes, indeed.
Make it louder.
You can't on Zoom, so you're going to have to do it, with your microphone.
We speak with a deeper voice.
Or just,
Yes,
project
just
a little bit.
Get bassier.
Maybe just move
I
the...
always feel like I'm too loud.
Maybe that's why you're coming through so quietly, because you're holding back, Chris. Let it go.
Overcompensating
Let it go.
for the volume.
Let it go. Thank you, Commander Pulsar. I'm gonna have to make new alerts for D&D days so that it's not like playing for super long over somebody talking.
Also, I just noticed it's also like behind one of the cameras, so you can't even really see the pop-up.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it popped up on mine. I just saw it pop up behind Zach's face.
Oh no! Where
I
is
was like, oh well, there is an alert of some sort.
My God, there it is. And the box is supposed to be to the side, over here, and smaller. There was an update, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Thanks, computers.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Tom, oh my friend, you do not know too loud. Yeah, Tom regularly might shred people's eardrums on occasion. All right, say something now, Chris.
I haven't really tried too much on messing with it. It's, from what I can tell, it's just how loud my mic is, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. I think you were louder that time, so just, project.
Be loud. Yeah.
Yes. Regularly on occasion, I accidentally shred eardrums. Okay. I'm just kidding, Tom. Your voice is lovely, and we all love you.
If I go a little too loud, just yell at me.
If you guys start peeking out, I'll let you know. Or I guess they'll let us know probably before I will. All right. Are we
ready?
Yeah, where are we picking up? Why don't you go ahead?
We are picking up, I'm saying, the morning afterwards.
Okay.
So, that morning, you guys, or that night you get back. Is there anything special you wanted to do that night you got back before? You got back fairly late.
I would like to, if Ruby is awake, I would like to bring the dagger with any remaining poison on it to her and see if she can start working up an antitoxin.
Yes. That is a woman named Rose.
Rose, not Ruby. Just
not
kidding.
Ruby. You can find her. She's still in her chambers that night. Don't have to roleplay this. We'll say that she'll look into it, and you can check back within a day or two.
Okay.
Or she'll let you know when to come get her, or come to her.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
No, that was it.
So as far as our level up goes, how would you say is that, like, am I sort of like discovering this throughout the night, my thing, or?
I'd say it's something that you've probably been working on, and maybe finally eureka'd.
Okay. Yeah, I would actually try. I would like to try to get a hold of, like I'll come up to like Felix and like pull on his little coattails, so to speak, and just be like, "Hey, Felix, you want to help me test something? I think I might have figured something out, but I need someone to help me, try it out for the first time. What do you think?"
All right, you have my interest. What are we doing? What are you thinking?
Okay, so he like reaches into his pouch and he's like, "I think this will work. Um, I've not done this
Comforting.
before, but I'm pretty sure you'll be okay." um, so I think so. If you just stand over here, he kind of looks around, make sure we have enough space. Is there like a nice big area? Like, what about that where like the target dummies are?
Yep, there's a training room on the first floor.
Okay, he's like rubs his hands together and he goes, "This is gonna be fun." And so he's like, "Stand right there, and just just stand right there." So he like he reaches into the pouch and pulls out uh really dark iron powder and rubs his hands together and holds it up, and he goes, "Okay, 1, 2. Oh wait, I forgot." And he like sort of like comes up to you and like reaches up to your hands, and he methodically presses the black powder into your, like, on your skin, of like very methodical, like, pinpoints. And he goes, "First time, double checking to make sure that this is successful, integrating with your nervous system, and boom." He holds up his hands, and you grow to about 11 feet tall.
So Felix is looking right at Bilbert this whole time, and for a brief moment, it's like, did you make yourself small? Oh.
You also know it's because the ceiling's about 10 feet tall.
Bilbert doesn't care. He's like, "Whoa! I did it!"
Oh, it's cramped in here.
Does this happen while I'm gone
And he's
talking
like
to Rose?
running around you in a circle. And he's like, "Wait, hit a target!"
Okay, no, I'm back on board with this now. And Felix just kind of wheels back, or like he's like crouched, I guess, in like he's almost like, yeah, he's kind of like squatting now to make more room, just like on the balls of his feet, and just kind of like rocks back and just throws his fist at one of the targets.
Oh, you hit one of the target dummies and just smash it. It goes flying a couple feet until it hits the back wall and then rocks a bit and falls forward.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, I think since we might be doing, if we're doing the bounty hunting thing, I figure if you are bigger, we can grab them and take them back without hurting them too much, or at least they can't get away.
All of this sounds good. Yeah, after what we've seen tonight, I kind of like that last bit. I don't know. Suddenly, blades feel a little. Ugh. It's one thing to kind of
They
use
hurt.
sword in practice, and one to see someone stabbed with a knife in their neck.
Yeah,
Felix, despite being giant, looks a little like that whole experience kind of unnerved him a little bit. Like, despite having practiced with weapons a lot, he'd never really seen someone actually near fatally stabbed before.
Yes.
So that was a little. He's a little. Like.
Yeah,
But he's also
when I
giant
shot that
right
guy,
now, so it looks very interesting.
Yeah. Hey, I'm over there at your shoe, just looking up, baby, what?
Yeah, because how tall is Bilbert?
He
He's what,
is a 3 foot even.
3 foot even. So I've got a solid 8 and change feet on you.
Yeah, and he's just kind of looking you over, making sure that it's took correctly, and he just goes, yeah, I just don't really I don't mind if I have to, but shooting fire and elemental energies at people, I just don't want to. If I can, I don't want to kill them. It seems so unnecessary, barbaric, with something so beautiful as magic, So, just if we can, I would prefer just to subdue them, bring them back, and then. But I can also make you smaller, if whoever needs to sneak you in someone's pocket.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh wait, you're bigger than me.
I
can
don't
just fit
think
in someone's pocket.
house. That's very small.
I could be very small.
Felix starts and then stops. Like he's about to say something and then just just doesn't.
Do you want to go back to normal?
Yeah, as cool as this is, the ceiling's a little low now.
Is the training room
Okay.
near Rose's room though?
Yes. So it's Rose's laboratory, then it is library or study room, and then there is the training room on the same floor.
So I feel
you've heard
like
some crashing and
Yeah.
mashing and.
So it's kind of one of those things where a head pokes around the corner, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my!
You see as exuberant looking mostly as always, but now gigantic and kind of crouching version of Felix.
I'm gonna go, and I leave.
Wait, do you want to try? I could do one more.
No, I'm good.
I can make you small.
Wait, what? How
You
small?
can make you small. Well, how tall is she again?
5'7" Or wait, no, Pixie's
Yeah.
yeah.
I can make you about me.
Do it.
Okay. You gotta come over here, and he sort of very shyly presses the little dots on your arm, your shoulder, your upper chest area, your belly, and he goes to your knees, and he goes, okay, I think I've synced it up enough, and he goes, and reduces you to my size.
Is it off of Felix now, or is it? Or is
Yeah,
he
it's
still
off of you
giant.
now.
Okay, I figured.
I flit up into the air, and I'm like, oh. Everything seems so much bigger. Can I still pick
Does
him
it?
up because my strength is the same, or is my strength less too?
You have in all dimensions, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while you're this small.
I'd
And you do
say-
1d4 less damage with your attacks.
I'd say no.
Okay.
Do you count as a size class smaller too?
Yes.
Yep.
Because that does factor into your lifting and carrying
It does.
as well
Mhm.
as your
Yeah.
size. So.
But he says, well, the smaller version is more of I was thinking for me, if I can just kind of sneak around, no one's really noticing if someone's the size of a cat. you know.
That's fair. But also, and then I go like flying around like the corner, and like there's probably curtains or something somewhere that I just go like behind, and I'm like,
That's true. We just put you behind things.
well, that was a fun trick. I don't know how often we'll use this, but that was
I figure
impressive.
when we're capturing people, whenever we need to get a hold of somebody, Felix can grab them.
Yeah, literally get a hold of them.
I like
It's gonna be
it.
great. Felix looks really
Or-
proud of that joke.
Yeah, or if we need to, you know, make a good getaway and he just sort of breaks a door, or
All right, make me normal now.
I can't do that. You're stuck that way.
You made him normal.
Oh, okay. And he put you back. It's just fun seeing you my size, you know?
It must get lonely down there.
Eh.
Hmm.
Mostly it's just kind of like being
Is
able
that
to
rude?
reach things, you know? No, I know I'm small.
Sorry. You people are not you, not like you like non-fey creatures. Would they refer to themselves as
You
fey?
can't say you people.
Forrest, what would I say in this world? What would be the most
What do
common
you
like
mean, you people?
I'd say like Rengrant or
Rengrant.
Greenwood.
Yeah,
Greenwood's
Greenwood.
another name for
Yeah.
the forest.
You know, the non-Greenwood folk, you all have different you just do everything a little differently. So, I'm trying to make sure you people.
That's true. I mean, Felix dies when I'm barely an adult.
Thanks for the fun reminder.
I have learned not to bring that up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they don't like that.
look, it's a sensitive subject that we can't do anything about.
Well, you can, but usually only bad people do that.
Actually,
So-
question: would any of us know what like lichdom is?
Liches are not a thing in this world, or no, there isn't any legends or lore of
Ah.
liches
The
at
The
this
end.
point.
That
I'm
is
just
high
kidding.
level, like arcane.
Magic's
shit.
only been around for 100 years. Nobody's gotten that far yet.
But, you know,
Yeah.
Archfey
I'm just
probably.
kidding.
Oh well, that end of it, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Arch.
She just says it and she doesn't explain it.
yeah.
I guess that's true. There are other means other than become a lich.
That's true.
That's just kind of the classic D&D live forever trope. Is
Well, there
what
are
if I was an
clerics
undead-
that could do it, but
Is there anything else you guys wish to do this evening?
No.
I'm tired. I still have that hole in my oh no, I fixed the hole in the shirt.
Yep.
But he's like, I would like to sleep in my new bed. This place looks really nice. I want to sleep in a drawer anymore, guys.
Once again, like Felix just keeps his mouth shut because anything he says about accommodations is going to immediately come across as privilege bullshit because his family's rich.
Yep.
You
Bilber
slept
sleeps in a drawer.
You slept in a drawer?
Yeah.
Only.
Me and my parents share one room, and I have a whole drawer to myself.
Well, you still have to share a room, but at least now you have a whole bed to yourself. That's better, right?
I know. Yeah, I mean, better than it was. Sometimes
Zach,
I didn't
while
wash
we're-
the socks.
Okay.
No, you're good.
While we're in the training room, are there like weapon racks or anything like around? 'Cause
Yes.
Felix is thinking of trading out that short sword, which A, I'm probably never going to use, and B, he feels a little like uncomfortable about again after the stabbing for like
Yeah.
a quarter staff.
Oh,
There are a number of core staffs and wooden mock weapons, as well as some common short swords and stuff. Mainly wooden items, but there's a number wooden mock items and quarterstaffs, but there's also normal weaponry. So if you exchange a quarterstaff for a short sword, that would probably be fine.
Yeah, I figure they're kind of the same
Yeah, yeah.
tier of weapon. So
Yeah.
his short sword's nothing special anyway. So he goes and I feel a little kind of like what you said earlier about more to be captured and kill, and this really is. I don't know, especially after tonight, I don't really feel good about keeping this on. Like I said, it's one thing to learn how to use one thing to see it used. So he goes and just kind of like takes the scabbard off his belt and like sets it on one of the like an empty slot on one of the racks, and then goes over and like looks at the stabs and it's like, yeah, this could just kind of spins it around a bit. This could do.
Also, we'll probably make more money if we bring them back alive.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I imagine there's tiers for that.
Most bounties are on alive basis.
Let's aim for that. Alive is good.
Alive is better. Alive is more money. In most cases. Anything else?
Well, I mean, I think we're all kind of on the same page, but I just want to make sure too of like, you guys are cool with not killing, right? And if we have to, we have to, but it's not done it before.
I don't think that's the goal.
Yeah, like I said, I think I'd prefer to avoid it if possible. Yeah, I mean, you heard my spiel on it.
Yeah.
That was... Sorry, what was the cleric's name again? I just forgot her name.
Triss.
Yeah, after seeing that knife and Triss, the whole... It just brought it all very close to home, very suddenly.
I suddenly have an acute interest in poison and learning how to counter it, because that was very scary.
Yeah, you and me both.
Well, let's go get some rest, guys, and then we'll see what work they have for tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, yeah. I think we could use a good night.
So you guys return to your sparsely furnished
quarters.
To the quarters.
Have an evening's rest. Make sure you reset all of your hit points and spells and such.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
Hope to see you again.
Morning comes the next day. You guys make your way back down and around to the main tavern area for breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Absolutely.
That's what we did last time.
Okay. So it's the first night. I don't know. Maybe you got wild ideas of what you want to do.
No, food. Food is the wild
Pixie
idea.
parties.
Free food.
Yeah, sweet rave parties.
As you guys get down there and make your order, Vicus is there behind the bar. He's the only one currently there. Kind of yawns as he come down. Oh, glad to see you up and about. He takes your orders. I'll have it ready for you shortly, but Joan has requested that you dine with her this breakfast. So I'll be bringing it in there once it's done.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sounds like you guys had quite the interesting evening from what I gathered.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense now.
And also there's some word about that individual you caught yesterday, at least gathering by the messengers coming in and out this morning.
Is there any news?
I'm sure she'll have it. So
Well,
I'll be in there shortly. Or I'll bring your food shortly. She's waiting in her office.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go.
By the
now
way,
then.
Bilbert has his hat off, and you can see now a big plume of purple sort of hair. And he has his hat sort of tied around his neck, and it's in the back. And you see Bob Fred sitting in where the head is.
I love it.
Dow.
For clarification, anyone who doesn't know, Bob Fred is a koala. A what is it? A celestial koala? Like
He's a celestial
yeah.
familiar koala
Yeah.
Bobford, the celestial koala.
with an attitude.
Praise be.
All right, so we make our way into the place. I'll go knock.
You knock, there's a pause. You hear, come in.
Open the door and go in.
Okay. Opening and again to our office, you see just a beautiful desk, but then also to the right on the other side is more of a general. There's a table and chairs and bookshelves around. It's more of a general space to the right. And you can see that Joan is already sitting there at one end of the table. There appears to be a pot, and there are a number of glasses set about. She's already drinking what appears to be coffee as she welcomes you in. Said, good morning. Please have a seat, and drinks available if you like coffee.
pour myself a little bit.
Yeah, Felix will get himself some. That sounds great.
So,
I do not.
already spoke with Triss a bit last night. It sounds like you guys had a bit of a encounter last evening. Mind to tell me your thoughts on it? Or your interpretation of it?
That's one way of putting it.
We were investigating the house, and during the search, we found some papers on enchantment orders. While we were doing that, we were apparently, I don't know, attacked, I guess is the right word. Someone threw either alchemical fire resistant to water or magical fire that had an adverse effect to water and spread and almost burned down half the neighborhood. Meanwhile, Triss was out front watching, and someone poked her and made her get stuck with something that paralyzed her. And luckily, Lilith was able to save her. Um, we don't know who it was.
Did you get a good look at her or this individual at all?
Well, Felix went outside, but I don't know.
I didn't get a good look at them, did I? Just kind of from the back. I could see,
Just
wasn't
from
it
the
just like
from the backside of him.
yeah, so just like hooded figure, walking away, wasn't it?
Yeah. Humanoid size?
Yeah, they're about
human size. She looks at Bilbert.
they were roughly like the same height as build, like they were Felix sized roughly, like
Okay.
they were. So he's like, yeah, I mean, they looked, best I could tell, they're about my height, build, average size.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a good look at them, and I started to get close, and then they were just gone.
Disappeared.
Yeah, just vanished. And was there even like an effect or anything, or were they just like blink gone? I don't actually remember.
It was just you had the individual's back was turned towards you, and you were running up to them, and then they just disappeared.
Gotcha. I mean, like there wasn't like a puff of
There's no
mist or
flash
anything like that.
or
Just
sounds or
all of a sudden they're not there
bubbles.
anymore. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I meant. Yeah, like just
Yes.
all of a sudden, boom, gone.
I vote bubbles. Bloop.
Bubbles.
Yeah, bubbles just float off.
Yes. Was there anything? You said there was records of enchantment. Was it like the methodology on how one enchants?
It looks like it was orders. Like someone was
orders?
making a ledger of what was ordered, what was shipped, and what was to be made.
And it was to go to the
Alright.
Platinum Circle.
And as far as I know, there was no signet that I saw, right? The required signet required.
Yeah, there was no required signet or marking, like maker's mark on
Okay.
any of the.
I will also comment that, like, there was no maker's mark or signet as well, so I suspect, I could be incorrect, but it might be illegal enchantment, dispersion of items.
Was there anything else in the house?
I found a ring.
There was a note about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The ring, yeah.
Yep.
Which I think I have right now. You gave it to.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, because I haven't had a chance to attune to it or anything yet. So, Felix produces. I guess he's got it in like a pouch. There was this that we found, which Gilbert, you said it was a ring of. You were able to identify it.
Elemental
Remember what it was?
resistance.
Yep.
Of some sort.
Elemental resistance.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, out of character, I know what it was. It was
Yes.
absorb elements, but
She,
Felix is fuzzy on the details.
as she still has her cup in one hand, she kind of puts her other hand out and just kind of like makes a motion of like wanting to see it.
Sure. Yeah, Felix brings it closer and
Okay,
hands it to her to take a look.
she grabs it. And she sets her glass down, and you see her on one of her rings. She has what appears to be a silver ring, and you see she kind of twists it, stops, and then looks at the ring again. And you see a bit of a flash on the ring, and you see her eyes do a brief flash, kind of like yours do as well, Bilbert, when you cast Identify. She identifies it as well. kind of nods, then looks it over in her hand, inspects it. Yeah, looks at the platinum circle that's inlaid on the center of it, and she's like, "Yes, does bear the mark of the platinum circle. It's yours." And she tosses it back. Might want to see if you can get the mark removed, though. It shouldn't cause you any trouble. It's not illegal to have that. Just
Yeah. What was
That's
the?
just
I forgot, what? Oh, the Platinum Circle was the crime group,
it's
wasn't it?
Crime syndicate.
it's the
more
smuggler,
or less.
more established crime syndicate from the merchant class or merchants quarters district mainly.
Yeah, let's see if we can clean that up a bit. But other than that, good to know.
And the shipment was supposed to happen yesterday, and the letter about the shipment of these goods was signed by Sparrow.
You see, she kind of nods.
We also found a few papers that are meant for sending, which, as I understand, is a fairly difficult spell. That's very good for long distance use. I collected them. I'm not opposed to you seeing them, or if you need them.
I've heard of such papers before. They are rare and they're very expensive. I've used them once or twice to communicate with some long distance people, but interesting. Probably tied back to the Sparrow. I'm guessing that's how they're communicating.
That would make sense.
Yes.
No couriers.
So I guess we wish to send a message to that individual. Could do that.
Oh, absolutely.
There might be a way to alter the enchantment as well. I don't know such things myself to change who the sender would be. Anyway, you can keep those as well. I guess then it's fair. I will share some information about the individual you captured yesterday, Thomas Grandmeyer. He was retrieved this morning by the city guard, and you see now she kind of gets up from the table, walks over to her desk. As she's talking, she gets 3 small bags. The bounty works out as this 60 gold apiece to each of you.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Yes. A wanted mage is quite the prize, in the city. It was very bold what you did. Most people fear magic, or respect it enough to stay away when it's being used in such manners. So, the crowns were very appreciative. So he shall be sentenced later this day. We shall see what becomes of him. But in my questioning, we did learn several things that agree with what you just told me. I learned that when you captured him, he was running from the guard, but also from a group of stranglers. Apparently, him and a couple other members of the Platinum Circle were making a delivery of enchanted weapons he had made. As they arrived to their meeting spot, they were attacked. He made a break for it, but in the commotion alerted the city guard, and you found them as that event was transpiring. So, another sign of interesting times in the city. Open conflict in midday in the Lowe's district between the 2 guilds is distressing. Also, another interesting fact is that he knows of another enchanter by word, or he's heard word of another enchanter providing weapons to the stranglers called Herschel Baith. All he knew was that he was working in a hideaway somewhere in the Lowe's district, supposedly near the eastern wall towards the water. So it appears both sides are having enchanters work for them, making these unmarked magical items.
Hmm. So it wasn't like a. They were trying to steal these goods, but they also have access to their own. Do you think that these are better or different than what they would have access to? Do we know anything about the types of enchantments they were making?
He knew nothing of the man's powers other than just his name. My guess is it just a battle for resources in their ongoing turf war.
Hmm.
The Stranglers didn't even exist 2 years ago, but now they seek to overthrow, or at least challenge, the long-running, annoying Platinum Circle. But the Platinum Circle was never so violent. That was one thing about them, but
Violence
Compared to a name like the Stranglers,
yes, they made their name quite fast.
I wonder how.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, one concern that I would have is arcane magic is relatively new, and many of which are associated with one of two sources of learning. Therefore, if anyone was associated with any sort of arcane attachment to items, one would think that it's immediately associated with one or the other.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Not necessarily directly, but
Yes.
somebody who has graduated or kicked out or
Yes. I did question this Ethan about that, and he was schooled under the Crystal Laboratorium. Apparently, he wasn't considered skilled enough, or he drabbled on about why he was let go, but for all intents and purposes, he was let go and found work or was approached by this Sparrow character.
Wizard school dropout.
Yeah. So, apparently there's several cases, at least there's another lesser known enchanter, or maybe it's just spent for money. I don't really know why one would stoop to such levels, but everyone has their reasons, I suppose. In addition to that, another interesting fact was he's been working on that shipment for around 2 months, and that was his first one he has ever made for the first one that he said he ever made for the Platinum Circle. So I don't know if it's a sign of things that are just starting and more things to come, or if this was a one-time thing, or what. But just another little interesting tidbit. He didn't really share too much more beyond that. On the other matter, this Sparrow individual, before the events of yesterday, I was looking into her as well, or this individual as well. She was wanted for murders, and other distasteful crimes. Current bounty on her is 5,000 gold. And I hesitate to say her because the official bounty that is out there is for individual known as the Sparrow of human Azamar half-elf likeness, gender unknown. But in my research and whispers that I have heard, it sounds like we are dealing with a woman.
Wait, so she is an Asimar, or you think she is?
No, I believe she is a woman. All the official notice says is that it is a human Azamar half-elf
looking sort of person.
So
They
looks
don't know
mostly
which
human and covering their bases.
Yes.
So
officially
she's
they
slender.
don't really know. Yes.
Okay.
So I was already looking into this character, so it's interesting that you stumbled upon her as well. But as evidenced by Triss, one should be very wary now.
Yeah, no kidding.
In this pursuit, because she seems rather skilled.
I already spoke with Rose about crafting some anti-toxins, antidotes.
Good. I shall have to speak with her myself on such matter. You had a sample of the poison left over?
Yes, we did. From the dagger.
Yes. I heard what you did too for love. For Trish. She was very appreciative. That was a close call. It's been a long time since we suffered a loss here in the guild. It would have been tragedy to suffer one last night.
Glad I
hopefully
could
we'll
help.
keep it that way.
Yeah.
Indeed. On other news, last thing that I think you should know, Gilbert, because Messenger just delivered it shortly before you came in, is you might find interesting to know that the College of Necromancy in the Octo Arcana is officially suspended.
Okay.
The halls have been closed and research forbidden. Same in the Crystal Laboratorium. It appears that the work of the Rothbergs has upset the thrones.
I mean, I haven't really done too much research other than just the academic understanding of what it is and I guess how it works. Should I cease?
No. You can continue doing research, but continued pursuit would be frowned upon of new spells and abilities, at least until further notice.
I'd rather not. It's sort of tricky, and also it's icky. It can be really bad, and
Yes.
yeah, I don't plan to. No, it's interesting, just not something I'd want to
Yes.
toy
I
with.
mean, there are some of it that is good indeed, but some aspects have caught the eye and drawn too much attention as of late.
And the Crystal Laboratory is the rest of the magic that's not necromancy?
No, it's another school other than mine.
The Octo Arcana is run by the Thrones, while the Crystal Laboratorium is run by a wealthy merchant family. Not even noble born at that. Real entrepreneurs they have been.
And it's just the necromancy schools then, or is all magic?
Just the School of Necromancy.
Okay.
I'd be in trouble if that was the case.
Yes. Everything else is fine. It's just we'll see what happens of it. At this point, Vicus comes in with your meals. He has them all set out on silver plates. He bids you a good meal, asks if you need anything else, and then we'll leave. As you guys sit and eat, casual talk. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Couple things.
Yes.
So I don't know about you guys, but I think if I can, I was thinking about going back to school and see if I can maybe trade some of these sending papers. Maybe I can get a couple scrolls and learn a little more magic. But also we can kind of see what's going on a little bit from the inside of some of my old teachers. Maybe they know what's up.
Well, I think that there are probably mages making enchanted weapons for criminals, and so there.
I don't think they like that very much either.
Yeah. Well,
I can't imagine that's popular.
But I guess that doesn't
Probably
have anything
lucrative.
to do with necromancy, though.
Well, it's like they were saying in there. It's not inherently bad, but people use it very easily for bad. My school of magic can be very cruel and mean if you use it like the wrong way. Same with enchantment. Enchantment is even more difficult than some because you're essentially invading someone's mind, and magic's very difficult in general. Like it's why I kind of think it's so interesting is because you can do great things with it, but you can do terrible things with it.
A little enchantment never hurt anyone. Well, it's hurt some people.
Well, in the right hands.
You're right on the difficult part.
Where do you learn your magic anyway? I'd never seen you at school.
Oh, I had a tutor, you might say. I mean, I always had a bit of an affinity for it, but I a few years ago, several years ago, I was off practicing some music on my own, and through a series of events, I happened to stumble upon a sort of wandering master, very skilled musician. I learned a lot, and I learned some tricks, and they left me with some notes of what I could pursue as I continued along. I've done this whole thing before. I don't know if you all know that. I used to go off on adventures and just kind of quit after a while.
No, I didn't know that. It could be interesting. I've actually most of the things I learned during my internship. When I went out and studied. I went to a lot of like different places of old civilizations, and when I was there, I was testing out different magics and stuff. And um, you know, it's also kind of lonely. It's also really dangerous when you explore. But sometimes it's nice just having your own mind to think. You know, and
I had a
just kind
group
of.
with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seems safer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I Felix is kind of my only friend. He's pretty cool. We used to kind of like hang him out in his, family uh, business and all, but I haven't really got to go out too much. Mostly just stayed at school. So this is kind of interesting. Kind of scared to go do it, but I think it'll be fun.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, it's an adventure. It'll be, hopefully not all knives in people, but,
It isn't. It isn't.
a few less house fires would be nice.
Yeah, but also too with magic too, I'm gonna have to get my fingers dirty sometime. I mean, I don't want to, but that's part of it. It's the test. It's the test of like you have all this power. What do you do with it? So, what do I do with it?
I think it's good that you
Uh,
care, though. It means that you won't too easily fall down the sort of wrong path that these other people have fallen down.
Exactly. Got hard.
yeah, I'm excited. Um, but I mean, it's also too. It's kind of nice knowing that we help people. Not in a, I want to be a hero type of way, but knowing that at least no one's house burned down, Triss is alive,
It
that
could
kind
have
of
gone
thing.
worse. That's true.
We could, a little heroics isn't bad. I mean, that was kind of fun.
We did leap through a flaming window.
I know, right?
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of cool. It got really hot. I need new clothes.
Yeah, you're a bit. You've got a lot. It's not. It's hot outside.
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably think Felix is the hero anyway. Or you.
Also, any soot or ash that had been on Felix's clothes is conspicuously, or is like not there anymore. They seem like perfectly clean, and like any minor little rents just like seem like they're not there anymore.
Ooh. Bill Butcher also cleaned his up, but like he just sort of like is like swinging his feet forward and back, and he goes, "Well, what do you guys think? Do you think we should go before our next job and just kind of explore a little bit, like with the Arcto Arcana?"
Speaking of next jobs,
Sounds like that's about to be answered for us.
yes, there are a number of bounties that we fulfill here. We fulfill criminal bounties, people that are lost bounties, item bounties, retrieval bounties, guard bounties, escort bounties, and hunting bounties. And for the one that I have today is a hunting bounty. Are you band familiar with the Boar Fort on the south side of the city?
I don't know. Am I?
Same answer.
Felix, you would know. It's a large acreage, a forested acreage on the south side of the city, right along the water. You actually know part of the river is diverted through it. It is called the Boar Fort because Grimlock giant boars are kept inside of there. Guests from the dwarves from ages past, or not ages past, but years past. A small herd of these giant boars are kept inside this acreage size stone fort. It's basically a walled off little grove. Occasionally, nobles, for a hefty bounty, can purchase a license to have one procured.
Oh.
So in this case, Earl Brandon Brightshore has secured a bounty for such a creature and needs our services to get it ready for a feast.
Should be easy enough.
It's a heck of a feast.
Are you familiar with the giant boar? The Grimlock giant boar?
So I'm moderately familiar. I guess I know
Yeah.
at least what they are.
I guess you would know. They are 15 to 20 foot in length, weighing almost a ton creatures. They come from the Giant's Bane Mountains. They do provide quite the feast. But I do caution you to be careful.
How tall are they?
Between 5 and 6 feet.
All right, I'll stay out of the way.
Oh no. I'm a snack.
Yeah, so you know that spell you were practicing earlier. We might want to use that one way or the other.
Yeah.
In any case, the bounty, if you complete it today, will be 80 gold pieces each. You'll just have to meet one of his men. He has a company of down them that should be waiting for you at the entrance to the Boar Fort. His name is Otto Slate. He'll give you more information, but before the end of the day, that must be done to retrieve the bounty. If it's tomorrow or later in the evening, still get it, but it'll be slightly later, or slightly smaller.
All right, well,
Penalties.
Let's go do that first, then.
yeah, exploring can come later.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait. So we go do this so we get 80 gold pieces today?
Yeah.
Today, yes. Today or tomorrow, depending on when his carrier or couriers
Today-ish.
bring it over.
In the
I'm
next
so
48
glad I
hours.
did this.
Yes. But be
This is
careful.
very...
It's 80 gold because it is dangerous work.
Yeah.
Normal individuals won't go in there, but you've already fought wizards and such, so...
Now
What's
just
a
giant
big old piggy.
boar?
A boar, if you're clever, should be no trouble at all. Those without abilities, such as yours, would have greater issue.
I think I can do this. I think... Yeah. I think I got an idea. Okay.
Right. Well, if there's anything else you need, let me know now. Otherwise, I bid you good hunting.
No, that sounds great. Thank you.
Kind of nods.
He's
Gets
like
up,
hopping on
opens
his
the
feet
door.
right now and just like
All
excited.
right, Boar Fort. Giant pigs.
Felix. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it in action.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Felix is just rubbing his hands together. He likes the idea of fighting a giant boar as a giant person. That seems exciting to him. Like that's a
fair.
challenge he's up for.
Mm-hmm.
As
I'm-
he's trying to still kind of get a handle on these his own abilities.
This
Seems
is
like a
so
good
fun.
test.
I'm just gonna fly out
Well,
of the
do
way.
you ever get to test out your magic, or is it kind of like how do you discover them?
Oh, I read and practice, I imagine, just like you do, but the way you do it is very different. Like I said before, I just kind of... I know what gestures to make based on this book that I've been given, and it just happens as long as I'm being me.
Hmm.
Yours seems much more studied and measured.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing. It's yours is through like the passion and beautifulness of like art and things like that. I've heard of bards and things, and I mean, it's It's just very pretty in how they do it.
Oh,
There's a beauty to it.
thank you. I agree.
But let's go get the boar.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And as you begin walking out, she's like, "Oh, I forgot to mention, you can speak with Nora in the back, around the outside the building. She'll have your mounts ready.
Mounts?
Riding in style.
We keep a stable. They're not yours personally. They're used as people need them.
Guild
but
mounts.
They're guild mounts. You're going a bit distance, so
What kind of mounts?
horses. You can double up with someone, Gilbert.
You
Like,
seem like think
is there
about
a
it.
sidecar?
That's what Rosa does.
There's
You'll be
this little
fine.
cycle. Get a little like leather helmet, you know.
There's just a baby carrier someone puts on for Bilbert.
Yeah, I got like a little strap in.
Baby carrier.
It's the backpack. He straps onto Felix's back.
I'm Detective Pikachu in the smart car.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay,
Alright.
yeah, we'll head out.
So you go around the back of the building, and there's a small pavilion there, probably stalls for 8 horses or so, judging as you see. As you walk up, though, you see that there is a young half-orc girl. One long black braid going down her back, dressed in simple workman's clothes, everyday clothes. She kind of sees you coming, gives you a slight wave. I have your mounts ready. That's these 2 here. She kind of looks down to you, Bilbert, but assumed you'd only need 2. Well, we can get you a 3rd one if you want your own.
No, I don't even know if I kicked it would feel it, you know.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, you, sir, you can have Ramses, and she points to one this black horse, and then we have Cream, and it's white. So it's a black horse and a white horse, all saddled up, ready to go.
I like this aesthetic, and I like fly up into the saddle.
This Billboard just sort of like looks up. Hey Felix, can you give me a boost?
Yeah, Felix first sets Bilbert like on the back of the saddle, and then just kind of swings up into the saddle in front of him.
Oh man, why are you always the cool one? I had to be carried.
You're
To be
cool.
f-
It's just
I
in
can't
different
make
ways.
someone giant. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't do
Oh.
that.
You're just,
see him
you
go-
know, horses are tall.
You see him kind of go red and like fiddle with his hat, and he goes, "Oh well, thank you."
Be safe. Happy hunting.
Thank you.
Ride
We're gonna
my
fight a boar!
faithful steed.
Shadowfax, show us the
As
meaning
I-
of
as
haste.
I elbow my microphone.
It happens. You get excited.
We're excited.
Yes. So you guys make your way through the city, down through the south gate, through the Cloud District. By horseback, it probably takes an hour and a half to get out there.
Oh wow,
Dang.
It's a ways out of the
So-
city.
decent trek.
Yeah.
Question: am I on the front or am I on the back?
He said the
You
back.
know, I originally figured behind me, but then you also wouldn't be able to see anything. So, you know, maybe you're in front of me. Actually, it would make more sense.
Yeah, I was
And you
curious.
can like
about that.
hold on to the it's called a pommel. That's what's on a sword.
Uh,
Whatever
Yes.
Is it
Oh, no,
also a
that's-
pommel on a
Oh,
that's-
that was
Yeah,
called the
yeah, yeah.
horn, I think.
The horn of the saddle.
Yeah,
Saddle horn.
that bit.
Yeah.
Saddle horn. And
I can ride a horse in real life. I just don't like to.
No comment.
Yeah,
I'm from
So-
Texas.
I'm from Texas.
that answers.
She has
all we need
automatic
to know.
proficiency.
It's built in.
Always had trouble getting up into the saddle though because my legs are awkwardly long and so I couldn't get like the right leverage. So just climb the fence and get on. After that, I was fine. Anyway, continue.
Yes. So after an hour and a half, you begin to see in the distance coming up along the road the Boar Fort. It is the walls on this are 10-foot high stone block. Come up on it. There's no towers or places for people to walk up there. It's just a very thick, sturdy wall to hold back what lies within. You follow the road around the perimeter for a bit until you eventually come to a gate where there's a gathering of people. You see probably 25 to 30 individuals, a couple wagons, and one very large wagon with a couple of large draft horses hooked to it. It's wagon's about 20 feet in length, and it's basically just the axle on the bottom, and then two poles that come up off either axle, and a giant beam across. So that's what apparently is going to be used to carry the creature. As you ride up, a middle-aged man kind of steps forward to greet you, raises his hand. Hi, Otto. You must be the group that the House of the Rising Sun sent out.
Hello.
Yes, that's us.
That would be us.
Good. Hoping to get this creature back before sundown. My master, or my lord, provided a couple of these for you. Just use them when you have slain the beast, and we will come in to retrieve him. And he hands to you 2 orange beads. You simply squeeze one in the palm of your hand, and then throw it up into the air, and it shall propel itself forward several hundred feet, and then burst, letting us know where you're at.
Ooh.
Once we see one of these,
Fancy.
we'll know how to get to you.
Is this magic or is it alchemical? And he like looks at the beads.
It's a mixture of both, I'm told. I don't really know. Master Brightshore just purchased them.
Cool.
Yes. So he gives you 2 of those. And you see there's a couple of guards standing by the city or by the gate as well. And as they kind of see you, you see they're already beginning to undo the latches and locks. And one of them is kind of like looking through a peek hole just to make sure there's no boars on the immediate side of the gate waiting to come through. We wish best of luck to you. Happy hunting.
Thank you.
All right.
And as he kind of puts his hand down, you hear it jingle a bit. And actually looking around at all these other people standing here, you see they all have on their wrists bands of small bells.
Does that mean anything to me?
You've never seen anything like that before.
Okay.
I mean, you can ask about them if you want, but they're unusual.
I'm worried it might
Felix
be rude.
notices, but Felix pays no mind. He notices, but he's like, yeah, man, there were bells. That's a thing.
They begin opening the gate. One of the guard kind of eyes in. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Great. As you come in, you see these giant iron doors get shut behind you. And actually, on the inside, now that you look at it, there are scratch marks and scrape marks at the gate on the inside. It's a little buckled in small places.
Oh, well, that's encouraging.
I wonder if it's a magical beast or they're just naturally large.
Okay, so you are now in the boar forest. This large acreage of forest. You see sparse trees before you. I mean, it looks basically like any other, deciduous forest. Broadleaf trees, oaks, maples.
We left the horses outside, right?
Yes, the
Yeah.
horses
Yeah.
are
They're-
left outside.
Hey, so what do boars eat?
Everything.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no, we're everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we should use bait, but I don't know. I'd rather not use Bob Fred. He's kind of expensive to bring back.
How expensive?
I don't have enough money yet.
We've got
Ma-
30 gold
Magic's
today.
expensive.
Ooh.
I can't even use one of my new spells because it requires 50 gold worth of ruby dust. So, I think what I can do. And he what do you think? Like a squirrel?
I would say something bigger.
You do about
Okay.
5 feet.
And just to clarify, the bounty that you got this morning was 60 gold each.
Oh, 60 each.
60.
Mm-hmm.
When you said you didn't have enough yet, I was like, but you
Well,
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I know
well,
what you're saying.
not for both.
Yes.
Yeah. And plus I haven't gone there anywhere yet.
Yeah.
I haven't got to the shop. But
Yeah.
so I can do this as much as I want too. So he goes, boop, and like summons in like a um I don't know, like a small like a large rat. Like I could do that, and it like sort of like squeaks and looks up at you guys. Or I can do something else. I can keep doing it. I can move it.
Can you make a scent?
They won't be able to smell it, but he can see and hear it.
We'd have to already know where it is to be able to bait it with
Yeah.
something that it can see.
But I can move it.
Yeah, but if you're moving it here and we don't know where it is, then, you know.
Well, maybe we can get sight of one, and then we can lure it somewhere.
How tall is the wall to the fort?
10 feet.
Oh, I'm gonna fly 30 feet up in the air and see if I see a boar.
Okay, fly 30 feet up in the air and make a perception check.
Ooh, oh good, I'm great at those.
Isn't that
Excuse
cool,
me.
Felix?
And by
no
great
kidding.
at those, I mean not great at those at all. 10.
We can pretend.
Yeah. 10. Looking around, the forest isn't extremely thick, but still there's enough foliage around that seeing onto the ground level is difficult. You only see patches. You don't see anything as large, or you don't see anything, you don't see a giant boar. You do see in places trees in the canopy that are bent over slightly or at odd angles. And looking closer at those, you can see that some trees have been cracked over time or just pushed in such a way that they're leaning.
Do any look recent?
You can fly over and make a nature check.
Yeah. How far away are those?
They're kind of spread throughout. It's not an uncommon sight.
Okay.
I'd say the closest one's about like 30 feet in.
Okay. I'll just point and I'll like look down at them and be like, I'm gonna go check something out. So they know which direction I'm going.
Felix gives a thumbs up.
Way better at nature. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you are.
Okay, you stand before this medium-sized oak tree. And you see this crack on the tree and the way it's leaning. You see the wood is actually somewhat freshly split, maybe within the last day or two. Looks like the force of whatever did this actually knocked most of its leaves out of the branches, being fallen stuff. They're more likely to fall.
I'm starting to realize how big these creatures are. I turn
A
around.
little bit.
Felix, are you any good at tracking?
Is Felix good at tracking? That's a great question. That's not terrible at tracking.
I bet you're better than me. There was something here. See if
That's
you see
survival,
anything.
right?
Yeah.
Survival.
Yeah, we'll say I have a +2, but it's not awful.
Plus
That's
one.
something.
Can I help him look for
You can assist
Prince?
him,
Yes, I would love to assist.
You got a better vantage point.
Yeah, so I'll
See, I kind of jog over to where you are and see what I can see. Not much is the
Hick.
answer.
Hick.
I find some dirt.
Oh wait,
Find some dirt.
It has
yeah.
some dirt
but
on
if
it.
I'm helping you have advantage,
Oh yeah,
right?
you have advantage. You
That was
do.
the point.
Well, let's just roll again and take the higher.
Lilith.
Oh, how about one higher?
One higher.
9.
So
do
glad we
anything
did
for ya?
this.
Glancing around. Now you don't see anything. I mean, you see tracks around, but they're kind of like
Muddled. and-
all over each other. Like you can't tell what's recent, what's new.
I'm going to say, let's head in the direction that it looks like the wood was broken in.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
I have an
south.
idea. Bob Fred. He sort of like hesitates and he's like, "All right, Bob Fred. Yeah. How high is it? What's the nearest like branch that I can climb up to?"
the nearest branch you can climb up to. You
Don't
find
you
a
mock
young,
me.
you find a younger sapling, yeah, and you climb up that.
Okay. I just sort of like settle in like one of the branches and like, okay, I think I'm up high.
Yeah, you're about 5 feet off the ground.
That's right. Um, and I sort of like, can I like teleport Bobfred like to a nearby tree and just attach to it, and just have him like climb along the side and just sort of like see what he can see like 30 feet away,
Yeah.
and just sort of like, um, and I'm going to like have him like look around and stuff, but I'm gonna hold my action where if anything tries to bite him, I'm gonna teleport him back to my side.
Okay.
No
So
one
you
hurts Bobfred.
snap your fingers, and this koala summoned in a tree 30 feet away.
Yep.
Make a perception check for the koala.
Terrible. That poor koala. Okay.
It needs to perceive. I don't know what this hand gesture was for, but apparently this is perception.
This is
Perceive.
the veil being lifted
Yeah.
off of your eyes so that you can see.
Open your eyes.
So
Simba.
why is this working so slow?
What are you looking for?
It's just my internet's going slower today. Sorry.
It's okay. I was
Hi,
gonna
good.
help you look stuff up.
There it goes. All right. All right. So he has a +4.
Ooh.
Koala got skill.
Koala got some cool. Did you just really do that?
Yes, I did.
Koala.
Hey,
21. Okay,
Bobfred's pupils dilate.
as Bobfred sits in the tree, the wind blows and a leaf falls from the tree. And he watches it fall to the ground and land on a fresh looking track. This giant boar, about 8 inches in diameter, the track.
Oh, okay.
You see, and he just like, well, there's a track.
Okay. So I'm like looking through Bobfred's like eyes and like in this tree just clutching on. And I sort of like, hey guys, Bobfred sees a track.
How do you know? Oh, right. You can talk to him.
I can see through his eyes and hear. Sort of like snap back and go, okay, what does he see? And I have him like sort of edge around the tree a little bit. And like hesitantly, I'm like, okay, Bobfred, chitter a little bit. So whatever sound koalas make.
Okay. All right. Sure.
I love that.
I love it. He makes that sound in the tree, and everybody kind of tenses for a second. Nothing. Just the wind blowing leaves through the trees. Occasional bird calls.
Okay.
I mean,
Maybe
you
we should
guys
move
are
off
like
a little bit.
60 feet from the gate, and it's
Yeah.
a large
Right, it's safe.
acreage.
So they're probably deeper into this place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm sort of like as we're walking, I'll keep like teleporting.
Yeah, I mean,
Bobfred 30 feet.
you did find a fresh track.
That's
Okay.
true.
We could follow that.
So can we stealth forward? I'm gonna slowly move forward.
Yeah,
As like I'm sure some of this brush is bigger than me.
yeah. Actually, a lot of the low foliage is trampled through or eaten or
Of course.
just wrecked. Mainly the big trees survived.
Been bored.
As it is wont to do.
That's its fun to do.
I'm gonna fly.
You fly. Okay.
Gator.
All right. So you find who now that you go to this track, who is going to try and track? You know, you found one fresh, so who's going to try and track the creature now that you have a lead? You have a starting point.
Lilith, are you good with animals and interacting with the environment to find certain things, or?
Oh, I'm quite familiar with the natural environment and being able to find all the ingredients I need for my infusions and creating wonderful new recipes and such with them. But tracking animals isn't exactly my strong suit.
Okay, now
Well-
bear with me. What
They
if
work together.
the boar was needed for one of your infusions? Like, hypothetically, could you then find it?
I've never looked for
Or-
a boar before. but pork wine.
All right,
Bacon
I
is
see
good.
why that maybe wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I could try if I could learn more about its nature. I might be able
I
to.
would let you use a nature check.
Oh, in that case, yes, I'm quite.
I can try to help you. I mean, I got kind of good vision, and
Sure, and I'll fly down and I'll grab him by the scruff of his neck again and fly up 30 feet in the air. What do you see?
he does that thing that Mario does in Super Mario World 3 when he doesn't have the feather. He just puts his hands out and it tries to fly.
Naruto runs.
Yeah, for real.
Same thing.
So if he's helping me, do I
will
have
assist
advantage?
her.
If that's possible.
If you're going to base off the track and maybe trying to see, which path it took by, just stuff it disturbed, being 30 feet up in the air would hinder that.
Actually, that's a good point. I should probably go back down.
You would have advantage if you're on the ground.
Okay. I think better
So
of it,
I
and I'm
can-
like, I can't see down there as well from up here.
Yes.
You just wanted to
Yeah.
pick him up, didn't you?
I feel like as soon as you go, I can.
Felix just kind of cocks his head a little bit. It's like, don't
He
lie.
said he wanted to help.
It's fun flying.
It is fun. I quite enjoy it. 15.
15 is pretty good. So going off this track that was spotted by the koala,
Bob
Oh, Bobfred.
you kind of look around, see the direction it's going, and use your eyes. You see, fresh snapped lower branches of trees where the sap is still oozing out or closing the wound. And you begin to follow a general path through the forest. Are you guys being stealthy while you go? Or are you walking?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah,
try
I
to be
think we-
quiet.
Give it a
Trying
shot.
being the key word.
Go ahead and
So-
make stealth checks.
I'm tracking.
Oh, Bilbert.
Felix just does not make a sound.
Does it? Okay.
I'm distracted, clearly.
9. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Let me. All right. You guys begin following the trail, and you follow it. About 30 minutes in, make another nature check, Lilith.
21.
21. Yes, you can tell now it's kind of meandering, and you see where the creature stopped a bit to eat this or that. Couple devoured berry bushes and such. You see where a limb has been snapped off of a tree, and you can see it's quite fresh. Probably within the past couple minutes. 5-10 minutes.
I think it's somewhere over there. Or in the general area. Stage whisper. I think it's somewhere
Yeah.
over there. In the general area.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Bobfred, go look. So I poof him up in a tree where she was pointing.
You poof up, have him make a perception check. 12. Okay, up in the tree, kind of looking. It's not seeing anything, but as you get kind of frustrated by that, you do hear something through his ears.
Do
You
I
hear the
smell
sound.
any-
What?
Can he try to smell something? Because he has advantage on perceptions with smell.
Yeah, he can try that too.
If you press the arrow up key, it'll fill in the last command that you just did.
That's true.
Okay, but it's at advantage though because he's.
Well, you already
Silent.
rolled. Okay, that was for sound. Okay. Yeah, if you want to do just for smell, go ahead. Sure.
Okay, and then do one more. Just for. Hey, there you go. So 16.
So 16, yes. You do catch the scent of this swine manure
Oh no.
scent coming. It's close, but you do hear with that 12 on your perception through the ears. You do hear the sound of something rubbing up against wood, and the sound of like angry like grunting of this large creature, this low grunting as it sounds like it's just tearing into something. In the same direction that you guys are going. Maybe you don't know how far for sure. Somewhere in like within 100 feet.
Okay. So I make a Bobford come back, and I go, he's over there. Felix, do you want to go big yet?
Let's maybe save that.
Okay.
I think it'll notice suddenly something much bigger.
What about if I put me over there?
What do you mean?
I don't follow.
I'm really good bait. I'm little.
You're also snack size.
Not if it's not me.
I don't follow.
Oh, like
I developed something new. I made a spell, and what I can do is I can make myself scurry over there as me, and he'll try to get me, and then we can hit him.
But it won't be you.
No. I usually use it to get away from bullies, but this will do too.
I mean, a Bori. It sounds like a bully.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's true. It's very close.
As long-
yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. How far is he? Do I think?
From where your koala was, which was 30 feet from you, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 feet. So from you guys, roughly 130 to 40 feet away.
Okay. Ooh, I gotta get a little closer. That's not good. Okay, so let's kind of move up a little closer, and I'll send it out.
Okay. As you guys get closer up to where the koala was, you do hear the sound yourself. Just passively, you can hear it. It's like this creature's aggressively rubbing up against a tree or something.
Sharpening its tusks.
Yes.
Oh, good.
It's an orc.
I think there are boars that do that, actually. They have like a wet tooth and it sharpens their others. Anyway. How tall are the trees?
The trees in average are between the lower ones are the lower ones. The highest one that you see is probably a large oak, which is like 60 feet up.
Okay. But it's also sparse, though, you said, right?
It varies. It's slightly sparse, yes.
Okay.
It's not thick, like there's,
Yeah.
10, 12-foot gaps between trees, not longer.
Okay. Sure, let's go. It's your spell.
Okay.
We'll follow you.
He only runs a little ways, but he'll be pretty sure it's me.
Yeah. From where you guys are, you don't actually make a general perception check. Now that you guys are closer.
Okay. We say we can try to follow the sound, but
Yes.
You can see I'm very skilled at perception.
Totally.
As you can see.
Absolutely.
Okay. So how close do you guys want to get? That's the question. Because I can move in 25 feet.
Well, I think we're supposed to be making a perception check to figure out if we can tell exactly which way to go, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Lilith made hers.
Gotcha.
I can
Come
hear
on.
it, but...
Hear it.
Hey. Oh.
There we go.
There you go,
Good
Bilber.
roll.
I have no bonuses.
You see off to the right of where you guys currently are, about 60 feet, you can still make out this large creature that is currently just rubbing up and like charging into this tree.
Oh boy.
Something really has its attention about that tree.
Just really likes that tree. It's a good tree.
It does.
It's very tree-like. It's got good
That's
bark.
something. neat
Sometimes
about
they
it.
taste
So-
good.
Yes.
Delicious tree.
Is it a maple tree?
No. Oh.
Filled with syrupy goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you
So-
see this about 60 feet off to your right a bit.
Okay. Okay. 60 feet off to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, so part of my spell, I whisper to them, is I can go invisible for just one turn. So if I get close, and even if he sees me, I can make me run off the other direction, and I'll hide.
Do you want me to airdrop you in?
Oh, I can. How high you gonna drop me?
Well, not far.
I'm assuming there's not going to be a lot of like actual dropping.
Yeah,
That
it
seems
more
dangerous.
like we go up and then down, so that
Okay.
you don't have to try to
Ac-
walk over.
Actually, I'm going to reveal some areas on the roll 20 map because
Whoa.
you can see out that far.
So we'll switch over then.
Oh, hey, we can.
There's something
map
on
it
the
up.
turn order.
My very exquisite map
Hey, it does the trick.
Okay.
does the trick.
Oh,
Let me switch
he's
this
a
over
big
here.
and
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
1 second. Oh no.
Approximately
Dang,
15 to
Dangson.
16 feet length.
And he sort of, you see him sort of like gear himself up, and he's like, "For adventure, we can do it, Lilith. Let's do it."
Hold on, Slobs is frozen. Of course. So I can't quite switch the scene yet.
difficulties.
I have an emote for this.
You do.
Stand by.
Doodaloo-doodaloo-doodaloo-doo.
I'm too far over now.
We should just have like a
There
stealth
we go.
Jeep's cat.
New screen.
Oh, hey, we flipped on this one.
We flipped?
Or at least the cameras did. Oh.
Yes.
Everybody's where they should be. We're good though.
No, yeah, we're fine. Just the cameras' images themselves
Yes.
are flipped.
Yes.
All right. So
It's like I'm not used to it being on that side.
here you find yourselves in the middle of this boar fort grove. It's large boars rubbing up against that tree in front of you. Number of trees around.
Okay, drop me in. We can do it.
Okay. So I'm in
So is your wings like hummingbird or are they like butterfly floppy?
like dragonfly. Like the
That's so
picture.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to, when I'm flying, I'll just put that symbol on there so that we
Okay.
remember that I'm in the air.
That is good to know.
Makes sense.
Good
So-
idea.
I'll grab him and let me move the
Are you
turn
guys
order
being
here.
stealthy?
Yeah, I don't know how well I can stealth in the air, but I'm gonna try. Would it be like advantage? He's out of his eye line.
In this case, and what he's doing, yes, you'd have advantage.
Hehe, because
I
he's
guess pretty
distracted.
preoccupied at the
I
moment.
He's-
don't know if I can even roll. What am I gonna do? Like curl on a ball?
23.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, I guess I am also going to keep being stealthy and just kind of creeping up on the ground. Do I need to make a new roll, or is my earlier one still?
No, make a new one. Guys,
Do I have advantage as well because it's distracted?
Yeah.
Cool.
And because you're so cool.
And I rolled the same number for both, and it's pretty good.
Like
So
it.
I'll take it.
As you guys begin your approach, or from where you're at, he currently is focused on what he is currently doing.
Should I roll? I don't know if I can even do it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you would.
Okay.
Never know, you might drop something.
My components. Yeah.
Those are important. You need those.
That would be a bad
So that's
thing.
him way up
Okay.
there. Okay.
Good to know.
It's like just a little plop plop plop.
Yes.
All right. So
Doing a little flap to try and
Yeah.
help.
He's like 60 feet from you, 65 feet.
yeah, it'll take 2 turns to get there.
Yep.
So we'll fly.
65
let's
feet, dang.
see.
Fly like a Lilith.
I mean, he hasn't detected you.
Through the
Yeah,
trees.
so- You guys can stealthily try and go where you would like.
This is where I'm carrying us.
Okay.
So I'll
First
sort of
round.
whisper to you though, like, okay, so I can shoot a basic spell at him. Do you want me to hurt him, or do you want to just like disappear?
I thought I was gonna set you down on the ground so that you could do your thing, and I'll.
I could do both because it's a bonus action to like send the thing off. But if I use a cantrip, I can shoot him again. So I can shoot him, bonus action, turn invisible, and it runs the other direction.
That works. Do you want to shoot him from the sky?
I know then he'll see you.
So I'm gonna set you down and fly away, and you're gonna shoot him, turn invisible, and run
Yeah,
off.
and go, hey, bacon, and just like,
Hey, bacon.
Yeah, bacon.
Okay, sounds good. Tell me where you want me to set you down.
oh, I'm so scared.
As they're having that conversation, Felix, just make a quick perception check as you're keeping eyes on them.
Nope, I don't see shit.
Okay, good to know.
We
You see
ain't
the boar.
found shit.
That's
Why is
so,
he
like,
attacking? You got it.
Yeah, I'm too transfixed. I'm like, why is it going after that damn tree? What is so interesting about that tree?
So we can make it up like in this general region.
Yep.
In the next turn,
Yeah,
basically.
stealth is going.
Chris, I
It's
can't.
carrying over. It's carrying over.
Chris, I can't
But I'm
move
saying
you.
it's
Will you move
we move
yourself
at what,
up
half
by me?
speed while being
Half
Yeah.
speed while stealthing is.
I have a
Oh,
question.
then
about
I
this,
can't even go
lava.
that far.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I was about to say, I should be the fastest one.
That's okay. We'll
pretty
take
sure.
our time.
There we go.
Question, Bilbert. Yes.
Yeah. So the tree over here that's kind of downed, is
Yeah,
it
the
like
log.
hollow or anything?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm running for that. Okay, so whatever you set me down, I'm going to land, firebolt him, Bilbert slide decoy, and run away.
Okay, I can't move your token. Will you move yourself up with me every time I move?
Yeah. Which way do you want me to actually like send it?
Whatever you think is best.
I'm gonna pick up with another token for Bilbert's.
Okay, and then yeah, so we're here in the next round, and then another 15 feet in the next round after that. So if nothing
Okay.
happens when we're here.
He has not noticed your
Creep up
presence
to
yet.
Here.
Okay, so then we're here-ish. We'll go
Mhm.
behind him. So 5, 10, 15.
That's more.
All right.
He's more than within where I can reach him, so I probably don't creep any further until we're ready.
Okay. And
Okay.
then, do you want me to drop you here, Bilbert, or here?
It's getting awfully close.
Yeah.
You
I
see
can
it
run only
stop
25
for a
feet.
second,
So
and it just like you see it was like heaving and panting, and you see it kind of arches its stick neck up a bit, and it like bashes its head against the tree, shakes
you
and it
deserve
stops,
to be lunch.
and it starts rubbing up against the tree again.
Okay. This is fine. I think I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna drop him right there. So we're, I started to kind of like head down,
Yep.
and then, not gonna creep anymore. I'm gonna be at like 15 feet up, and I'm gonna go down, let him
Yep.
go, and go 15 feet back up.
Okay. Bilbert is in position.
So you're
Okay,
gonna be
Technically,
right
at this
there.
at this
Operation
moment,
Bilbert drop
Bilbert
At this
drop.
moment-
completed.
he does not
Okay.
notice you. You would have a surprise round.
Okay, so
All right, Chris, you need to move yourself
This
right
is-
here. That's where
this
you
is
want me
gonna
to put you.
be
Mm.
all right.
There
So
you
this is gonna be either really good or really bad. So she flies back up, and I go very attentively and go, "Hey, bacon!" And I shoot the firebolt at it.
Crispy bacon.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's a hit roll.
You say, "Hey, bacon," and you aim right for its head. And as you say that, you see its head kind of turns and arcs the opposite way of you're looking as it begins to turn around, and it crashes into the tree.
Uh-oh. Okay. Just at least look at me.
Oh yeah, he's whipping around. He's looking at you now.
Okay. So I turn and I go, "Okay, huh?" And I whisper a couple words, and I put my hand forward and pull back, and a Bilbert illusion goes, "Ah!" and like runs the opposite direction, toward kind of right in front of Felix. So how do I?
Right below the magnifying glass, there is a little ruler
Oh,
and circle.
gotcha.
Grab that. And
Okay.
it drags you.
So this way.
So the
25 feet.
Okay, the
Yes.
slide decoy is going that way. Okay.
Yep. And then Bilbert is gonna go in. He turns invisible just for his turn and goes into tries to hide in the
In the log.
log.
Okay, you scramble into the log. Okay,
And I send the thing running the other direction.
good to know. Okay, so that's your turn. Lilith or Felix? It's a surprise round, so you each would have an action before we roll initiative.
That didn't go as well as expected, but at least I didn't get mauled.
Yeah.
Do I want to engage it or let it chase the fake one?
Are you talking, Katie? Or are you muted? thought
I
saw
was
you.
muted. Sorry.
That would do it.
Yeah, sorry. Slobs froze again, and it was like stuck on the
That's
starting
alright.
screen, and I had to mess with it. So that's the thing that happened. From here. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Can I? So I know that Felix is gonna go running in there soon. Can I hold my? I can't hold an action with that and my movement as well, can I?
No, you can hold an action. Your action can be to dash.
My action. It could be to dash, couldn't it? If this is like, if I'm getting basically like a whole turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? He's only 20 feet away. Just kidding. But I'm 15 feet in the air. That's okay. I'm gonna fly over to Felix.
Yep.
And I'm gonna kind of pat him on the head.
Yep.
And be like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Because we need a hero. I'm casting heroism.
Let's say, I feel like I know where this is going.
Yeah.
So that gives me how many temporary hit points?
For me, it gives you 4. 4 temporary hit points at the beginning of each of your turns. You can't be frightened. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Nice.
Got that marked. So the boar hasn't seen me yet, and presumably the only thing it's really seen is the little illusion run. But at the same time,
Yes,
really...
it is focused on the illusion, which now would have run that way. So you see the creature wheel in that direction.
It's not really a reason for me not to just go after it now. So, because waiting just gives it a chance to do something other than, I don't know, it could go after one of you if it turns out, oh, guess what? It sees you. So I feel like I should just run in and kick things off, literally.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm also, I pat you on the head, so I'm still 10 feet in the air.
That's true, but even if it just
But
better that it doesn't, get a chance to try to do something before we really get in there.
I appreciate your precaution for sure.
I think that is I got plenty of movement.
So make sure you move your token key.
Oh no, yeah, I was just measuring to make sure I was within range. So I'm gonna run. Not literally dash, not the action dash, but dash is just the word I want to use. Quickly run up alongside it while its head's still following the illusion. I run up kind of parallel to it and get alongside it. All right, my turn then.
I kind of wonder if Felix would actually think it is the real Bilber too.
He's not.
He hasn't seen it before. Yeah.
But you did explain what you were going to do. So.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
But he's not. Felix isn't attentive, especially when it comes to magic for one thing. So yeah, he runs up alongside it and kind of spins that new quarterstaff around and strikes at the boar with it with both hands.
Okay.
There's a 17 hit.
That does hit.
All right, so that's gonna hit for 8 bludgeoning damage. Which is not right because that's not adding my dex in. So hold on, that should be 8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. Let me fix those. It's still adding strength for the damage. I did not correct those after.
Actually, you just rolled a d8 on that.
Oh yeah, I'm saying it should have been a d8 for the.
Oh, yeah.
It should have been d8 plus dex, but it was rolling d8 plus strength. My strength bonus is 0. So
I see what you're saying.
So 12 total.
Not been. It had not. Yeah, so 12 total.
12. You connect with the side of this creature, and you get one of the bony outcroppings of that are characteristic of the Grimlock giant boar, and have no effect. 12 does not hit.
No, that was 12. That was 12 damage.
Oh, 12 damage. I thought you were changing your
hit.
motodifier. Okay.
No. I had the dex added into my hit roll. I didn't have the dex added into my damage roll.
I see what you're saying.
It because it defaulted to strength when I added it to the sheet.
Yep.
I have to change it for the
I see what you're saying. So my bad. You do hit the creature.
I still hit than I did, but I hit for 12 damage, not 8 damage.
You got very worried when I took back your hit.
Yes, I was like,
oh,
wait,
what
what?
happened? Well, I thought suddenly it was like you hit 12 damage. Unfortunately, I thought that was going to. Unfortunately, it's immune to non-magical bludgeoning damage. Just like, What the hell?
We're in
Welcome to
trouble.
level 3.
Yeah.
We have a problem, guys.
Maybe we should have
We
gone
have a big
shopping
problem.
first.
Okay. That is everybody, so then we'll roll
Oh, I'm
initiative.
not. I'm
Oh,
not.
you're not done.
Yeah.
I'm a monk.
He's
I'm
a
not
monk.
done
You
yet.
are a monk.
Give him the
Bonus
old
action attack.
backhand.
I got all this fun stuff I can do with this key point I'm about to spend. And by that I mean I'm gonna flurry of blows it and kick it a couple times, I guess.
Yes,
because
sir.
I'm-
Yes, sir.
So
Oh,
I'm
man,
gonna
Katie's got Cheetos.
as I swing
Yeah, I
the
do.
staff down, it connects, and then I kind of like draw it back and like brace in the ground with it, and like kind of pop up and like try and like double kick it.
Heck yeah.
And there's like kind of some weird kind of glowy, magicy spark effects kind of around where I'm holding the staff and his feet. As I go for 2 unarmed strikes. First one, 20. I'm gonna assume a 21 hits.
That does hit.
Lies.
So that's going to do 6 damage,
Nice.
and also it needs to make, what test do I want to make it make? I've got a few options. It's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Ooh, that would be 2.
It is prone.
Okay, it is not prone.
And then my second unarmed strike.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 19 to hit
Yeah, it hits.
Dang, Felix in his element right
for
now.
another 8 damage, and it cannot take reactions on its turn.
Okay, so that's another 14 total. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, it is prone, can't take reactions, and got hit real hard.
Yep.
So that's my turn.
Love monks. All right, now roll initiative.
I can hear the sarcasm.
Yeah.
I forgot how. Now I see why open hand is kind of mean.
Dude, I love
Oh,
open
boy.
hand.
Just hey, you know, flurry of blows, that thing you want to use all the time anyway. What if we just made it strictly better?
Mm-hmm. They're the warlock of the martial classes. You gonna flurry of blows again?
They can do so much, and they get it back on short rests.
Mhm.
Where's my token? Sweet.
I did not do so well, but that's okay. It's good to go last when you're utility.
Then what did you get? 16?
Yes.
Over?
Yeah, but he has a higher dex.
Okay, so we'll just put it down to 17. All right. So Felix, let's pick up where we left off. This giant, massive, 16-foot length boar, 8 feet wide, is on the ground, prone.
As I like axe kicked it to the ground or
Yes,
something.
you did.
I
hit
can't
one
really
that-
sweep the legs of something with 4 legs
Yeah,
very easily.
You
so
hit in
I'll
just a
assume I did
spot,
that.
and you saw the muscles
Yeah.
weaken and buckle under its own weight.
And just since all of his stuff is technically weird, arcane stuff
Yep.
that he's figured out randomly, when he hit for there was just kind of like, it was just kind of glowing and like moving faster when he like kicked it
Mhm.
down. But then when he hit it again to do the reactions, there were like a little bit of electricity. Like it was like a very weak, like lightning spell almost is what it would have looked like to Bilbert, probably, aka why it's slightly stunned and can't take reactions. That's the magic
Nice.
behind that. He doesn't really know how he does it. He just, figured it out one day. And well, okay, it's on the ground. We're trying to not kill this thing, right? Too. We were trying to take it alive, correct? Or were we killing
No,
it?
this one is going to be for a feast.
Oh,
it
duh,
is
for the
very much-
feast. Yeah, never mind. This one we are actually hunting. Cool.
You're
So
just
no,
like,
no worrying about non-lethal.
It'd be
yeah,
much-
you're just
it'd
like
be-
meat tenderizing it, you just
Yeah.
kind of like sweet the meat a little bit.
It would be
well,
much
I
harder
guess-
to eat if it was the other one.
Yeah, I forgot where you said feast. For some reason, I was thinking it was for like entertainment.
And
Or
now,
very cruel,
now the song of the evening has to be Hotel California. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the
I
beast.
think I need a capo to play that, and I don't know where mine is.
Yeah,
And
I
I
don't
don't
even.
remember how to play that.
That's
but
fair.
I did at one point. Anyways, I'm gonna hit it again.
Do
Hit
it.
it
That
again.
seems like the thing to do, and it's prone, so I have
It is
advantage,
prone.
right?
You have advantage, yes.
And I have a cat walking on my mouse right now. There we go. Now he's not anymore.
Kitty kitty.
Cats.
Here's his tail. Now I can't see my character sheet. There we go. All right. He spins the staff around again and kind of goes to jab it with it.
Yep. hits.
20 to hit
Yeah, it hits. Yep. Good damage.
I don't
good
know.
damage.
for another 11 damage.
11 damage. good to know.
Dang.
And I kind of feel like I should. I want to just flurry of blows it again, or do I want to just do save some key? It's right in front of me. I'm gonna just do my red. Oh, wait, no, if I do that, I can't.
Are you genuinely asking for opinions?
No, I'm thinking. I'm
I
more
was gonna
thinking
say.
out loud. It's like I'm divided. Do I want to go all out offense, or do I want to go take a dodge action as a bonus action? So it's
You don't know how hard this thing hits yet.
That's
yeah.
true.
I'm gonna go ahead and now that I know it's probably gonna get a chance to react. And how hurt's it looking?
It is looking pretty hurt, and actually, after your last blow, you see its eyes it's rolled over, but then it rolls back and focuses, and you now see like parts of just red coming into the eyes.
Oh man.
It's starting to breathe heavier. You hear just making this low growl. It's like the thing is enraged.
You mess with the boar, you get the tusks, I guess.
Now I get the question. So it seems like it's pretty badly hurt, but it's also real mad about that.
Yeah, it seems pretty hurt, but it's very, very mad.
Okay, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna stick to the best defense is a good offense, and I'm gonna flurry of blows it again.
Okay.
So I reel back and go to kick it again.
Yep.
It's still, yeah, I guess it's still prone, so still advantage.
It's still prone.
So
16 hits.
for another 8 damage,
Okay.
and so I'm gonna again. I guess. I'm just going to make a strength check.
A strength. Okay.
Yeah, make a strength check. There's no reason to make it not take reactions because it already can't take reactions.
Yep.
It hasn't had a turn yet.
The DM's getting new dice out. It fails with a 4.
All right.
Keep those dice. Keep those dice.
I like these dice. Okay. It now skids across the ground 15 feet away from me.
Is there a size restriction to that ability?
There is not. It must make a strength saving throw. If it fails, I can push it up to 15 feet away from me.
Okay.
Open hand technique.
The 1-ton giant boar goes back 15 feet, sliding into a small tree. Very good.
Or I guess I guess it would have just gone. It would go away from me, so I probably wouldn't even go the full 15 feet. It would probably just hit into the tree next to it.
It collides with the tree.
And then I'm gonna move to catch back up with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I haven't used my movement yet, so I should still be able to just get right up on it and just hit it with my other unarmed attack.
Yep.
Do I? Oh yeah, I guess I could. Well, no, I don't have the stunning strike one yet. Otherwise, I could have done that. But and doop. And it's still prone, by the way, too.
It is still prone. 14 misses.
All right, so that misses, and I moved. What, that was like 20 feet. I think I moved to get here. I'm gonna go ahead and 10, 15, move back like another 20 feet, like jump back from it then, and kind of get back into a defensive position.
Okay. As you go to leave its space,
It can't take reactions.
It can't take reactions, so it angrily looks at you.
Yeah. Yeah, as it goes to look at space, it's very sad.
That
it hasn't had a turn.
It
has
is
not had its turn yet.
Sad boar, sad. All right.
Yeah, I think. I think that's how it works. Let me make sure.
Yes, it's a reaction to do. Yes, yes.
Actually, no. It's until the end of my next turn. I didn't realize that. So actually, it could take a reaction.
No, because when you move away, it still isn't the end of your turn.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's still during my turn. So
Yes.
You're right. You're right.
Yep.
Now it can take reactions again.
And now that you're gone, it can take reactions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Bilbert.
Monks are
Man.
bullshit.
Okay, so he is going to. How far is Felix? 5, 10, 15, 20?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, so these two little hands come out of the little like log that's down there. Krista! And and all of a sudden he holds up a handful of the iron and like holds it out like this, and it's almost like those those like rubber band tricks that you did as a kid, and then it goes back to his hand again, and Felix grows to 11 feet tall again,
All
and
right.
the hands like recede back into the into the log.
You thought I could punch hard before.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Lilith.
And I will link that for you so you know all the details.
I really beat the boar? Dang. Okay,
Yeah,
The
board
boar
rolled
doesn't have good
low.
dex.
so
There
I'm
you are.
going to go... I'm gonna go... I probably can't make the full 30 feet because I'm gonna go back up to 15. So I'm gonna go about right here.
Right.
And I'm not gonna poison it because that seems like a bad idea for something that's going to be eaten.
Yeah, that's thoughtful.
But I am going to... How far away can I do this? Oh, it's from self, actually. Never mind, I can't do that. I'm just going to... I'm going to viciously mock it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the boar, and I'm gonna say... Wait, can you mock beasts? Yeah, because they don't have to understand you. They just have to be able to hear you. I'm gonna look at it and
with
say...
vicious mockery, yes.
Yes.
Gotta have feels.
I'm gonna look at it, and I'm going to say... There's no use in fighting it. You're going to be dinner. Make a wisdom save.
Aww.
Oh, wisdom.
Oh, that is vicious.
Oh, jeez, wisdom.
I'm sure that's its
Oh.
best stat.
Oh, no. With a -2, that is 16.
Oh, that
Oh,
jerk,
wow.
and I rolled max damage too. I'm angry. I'm going to rage.
I like how it failed its physical saves, this big hulking boar, but then when I had to make a wisdom save, it nails it.
He got the
He
new
just really
dice,
doesn't
that's
wanna
what
be dinner.
happened.
I did get the new dice.
Sorry, I wasted all the good luck on
It's okay, it's fine.
knocking this thing around.
And
Uh,
I fully expect for that to happen, and so when I don't see it wince, I'm like, ooh. And I look over at Felix, and I'm like, good luck, buddy, you're gonna need it. And I'm gonna inspire you.
Yeah, inspiration, all the buffs.
This is our entire plan. We send
It's
you
just
in.
make Felix
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
like the juggernaut and
Yeah.
just send him at things.
Yeah.
2 supports and a monk. Let's go.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
also
actually a
didn't want to
pretty
like
good
charge the
combination.
thing, you know. I didn't want to like just send lightning through it or something. Just like you ruined it. At
Yeah.
least with
I mean,
Felix
it would
doing
be
it, you're just like
pre-cooked that
massaging
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just tenderizing it, like we said. And that's it for my turn. That's everything.
Actually, make a, from your current position, I want you to make just a, actually, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is an 11.
An 11 from where you're at? Okay, never mind.
I don't see the important thing to learn.
Another
You're fine.
one.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. I'm sure there's nothing about to kill us.
The boar.
Oh, wait, no,
The boar finally gets a turn. It is going to stand up for half of its
Oh
movement.
no.
And this is why I moved away from it.
But it is enraged.
No, so it's fast as hell.
Alright. So. Okay. So it gets up, and you see just spittle coming out of its mouth. And you see it backs up 5 feet before just deadlocking eyes on this giant Felix. And it is going to just let out this massive cry and then come charging at you. So I need you. Come on. That would be a 16 to hit.
Ah, that hits exactly.
Okay.
That's my AC.
All right.
Nailed
I
it.
need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I am bad at those. Cool.
Do you get advantage with enlarge? Might want to check.
Ooh, I do.
Let's see, we got it up. Let's see. Heart size from advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. So that's handy. Oh, I guess I am proficient in them. My strength is just bad.
That's
Well,
good.
Average.
Yeah.
Hey, 16's not bad.
16 is not bad. You do take, it is 17 points of slashing damage.
-4. because of
Yeah,
temporary
so
hit
I can
points.
take that off, and then
Yeah.
God, that hurts a lot.
Oof.
So
And
that's-
you are not knocked prone. So you does not get another attack. You are that.
9.
That is the boar's.
Ow, that hurt real bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I gave you the advantage on strength saves.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Next, then we go back to Felix.
And this thing is still looking pretty hurt, though, right?
It is looking pretty hurt. Yes.
Okay. I'll just try and see if I can finish it.
You know I'll keep you alive.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Well, either way, I'm gonna start by swinging my quarter staff at it because I'm gonna do that regardless. So,
Big old rolling pin.
go ahead and swing. No longer have advantage. I don't think I have any way to get advantage. So, just swinging. No, that's. Oh wait, no. Yeah, hold on. That is a 16. Wait, no, it doesn't. That's an 8. I looked at the strength save. That misses wildly.
Yes. 8 misses. Yes.
Dang, that was a terrible roll. I could still flurry a blow. I don't think that requires a hit. I think that's just
No,
by
you're-
attack.
It's
You have to make the
Yes.
attack action, but you don't have to make a hit.
Yeah, and what about my bonus action automatic attack? I think that's the same way.
you just get to make your bonus action attack, and you can spend a key point to make 2 attacks with your bonus action rather than.
Yeah, I can spend a key point. It specifically has to be flurry of blows for the open hand technique, though. The regular bonus action attack doesn't trigger it. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to decide if I want to use my. I'll use my key point to. Actually, wait. Do I have? Yeah, I don't have advantage to hit. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't have advantage to hit from
you
enlarge.
do not. No.
Yeah, it's just strength checks. Got it.
Yep.
This is why low level is sometimes amazing because we're fighting a pig.
It is a
I'm
giant pig.
So excited.
It's a Grimlock giant boar. Okay. He's just having a bad day.
No, I'm just saying it's really funny that when you're low level, everything's exciting.
Yes.
And kind of scary.
Yeah.
Do I want to save dodging? You know what? No. I'm gonna just see if we can finish this. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna flurry of blows one more time. That's my key points gone. So here we go. First unarmed.
Oh no.
Critically
Natural-
misses.
Critically misses. Okay.
Well, a 2 then a 1 to hit.
Oh man.
He got the new dice, and all of our luck ran out.
And I still got
punch
one
it, like,
more.
One of the bone protrusions and just wreck your hand.
Ah. Now he looks pissed and rears back and go for one last attempt. That's a little better.
That is a little better. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh,
Don't forget the extra D4 for
Yep.
being enlarged.
4. So it's 8 damage, and I'm gonna go ahead and. Do I want to force a save, or do I just want to make it? I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'll force a. Because I don't want to risk it hitting me again. And if it's prone, actually doesn't it make it harder for ranged people to hit it.
It does.
Well, I don't really want that. So let's.
Although that's general rules with a creature this size.
I guess that's true with this big. It probably isn't all that. There's not a huge difference to being able to hit it if it's on its if it's sitting pretty much. Let's go ahead and screw it. Yeah, make a dex save.
A dex save. Awesome.
Come on, you big old Parker.
A 10.
Let's see. What is my save?
It's definitely more than a 10.
Whiz. Now I have a 12. So
Mhm.
no, I will not do it.
Okay, it falls prone once more. And with the strength of the blow, you just boom, and it hit, smack in the forehead, and you see the eyes roll back, and it slumps to the ground. You kind of breathe a sigh of relief. And like 2 seconds later, you hear it, and its eyes shoot open again, and it stumbles back up to its feet.
Wait, it gets back up after he knocked it prone?
Sorry. that was for effect. It wakes back up.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's not quite,
It's still prone.
These things are
Okay.
resilient as heck.
but it's hanging on, but it's
Yes,
clearly not looking great.
it's clearly not looking good.
Oh,
Anything
all
else?
right.
Nah, I just kind of stay in a defensive kind of position against it. I don't want to move out of its. I don't want to give it another chance to hit me.
Build.
Actually, I will, like, staying in its reach, kind of rotate around to the side of it, so
Fair
I'm not
enough.
as much in the way of my ranged companions maybe being able to do things. Since I am very large right now, and probably make it harder to see the board.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, not from
That's
my
okay.
vantage point.
Yeah, not really, but
Chris, can you point your camera down just a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Right,
There we go.
Bilbert, we come to you.
All right. Bilbert sort of like pops up out of the log and looks at this thing.
Mhm.
All right. Felix is in trouble. Oh, there's no time like the present. Okay. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level.
Okay.
So let me.
Oh no.
Oh, that definitely does not hit.
Okay. It goes wide to the left and crashes into the tree. What kind of damage was it?
No, I was gonna do lightning.
Ooh, fun. So this arc of lightning energy hits the tree and you hear it crack.
I go, ah!
Oh man! And he sort of like goes back behind the.
All right. Anything else, Bilbert?
I think that's all I got. I'm at
Lilith.
2nd level spells now.
Okay. I am going to. I can make it so to him is 25 feet and he's 11
Yep.
feet tall, so I can just make a straight line. As
Yep.
I'm passing overhead,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. How many hit points did he hit you for? 13, right?
he hit me for
17.
13 after we, 13 once we're talking my actual hit points, because 4 of them were from heroism.
Okay. So, as I'm flying overhead, I'm just gonna kind of like pat you on the shoulder, and let's see here. We're gonna do. Let's go ahead and do 2nd level, just cause. Oofed. I'm glad I did 2nd level. I rolled a 1 on the first one. So total of 9 hit points you get back. Heal what
nice.
has been hurt.
Feeling much. Yeah, as Felix is some of his, the like scuffs and scrapes and stuff kind of knit together a little, and he like there's like renewed vigor in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Get him, big guy.
Then back up to 18.
And that's the end of my
Mhm.
turn. Did you use your inspiration already?
I have not used my inspiration. yet.
Okay. Then
All right.
I guess I could have used that on one of my attack rolls. I forgot.
it's only a d6.
Yeah, and I did roll really bad. On
Yeah,
both those missed
really
attacks.
bad.
It was an
I rolled a
actual
2 and a
one.
1.
Yeah,
Anything else, Lilith?
that's it.
All right. So it goes to the boar's turn. The boar stands up, wheels around, and is just going to try and gore you. That is a 19 to hit,
That'll do it.
but it is not charging.
Yeah, I figured the charging was a key part of that extra damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9. You take 9 points of slashing damage as its tusk just slashed through your legs and abdomen.
Cool, I'm right back to where I was before I got healed.
My leg.
Which is good, because that means I'm not at 0.
No, you had four temporary hit points.
Yeah, you.
Oh, did
They
you-
were
heal
gone
me.
whenever. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
at
you
the
just-
And you healed 9, and then he took 9.
yeah, but at the beginning of
Oh.
your turn, you would have gotten 4 more.
Oh, I
from
forgot heroism comes back.
It's every
Oh, it
round.
does?
Every
I
round.
That's
forgot
amazing.
about that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
it's
never mind,
I'm
that's,
like, no.
I forgot that's how heroism works.
Zach's over
I
there
did not know
smiling.
that.
I'm like, I know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
never mind. Yeah, I am doing better
do.
than.
Okay, that is the Grimlock Giant Boar's turn. Go ahead, Felix.
All right, Felix he's looking pretty angry at this point too, but like angry but also excited because this is dangerous but also like kind of fun, and he's huge and he's fighting a giant boar.
Yep.
and that's cool. So he's gonna swing at it again.
Ew.
There you go. That's a hit.
That's definitely a hit.
Give him the old
For
slap.
7 damage.
All right. Go ahead and describe how you finish off Grimlock Giant Boar.
All right. He goes. Let's see. He actually goes in like as if he's going to swing the staff at it, and then brings it down into the dirt again to bring up to try and kick at it. But like, and let's see. Hold on. How do I want to do this?
Yeah.
No, all right. He digs the staff in the ground and flings it up, and like flings like debris up into its like face to distract it for a second, and then like ducks around the side, and then brings the staff up into the side of its jaw and just the side of its head, like just all the way up across the side of its head, which is full force, and like again is like. You can tell there's like some amount of like magical energy like coursing through his arms, not to mention the fact that he's huge, and just cracks it across the side of the head.
All kinds of magical energy.
You see the skull crack and give in a bit from the force of the blow, and the beast staggers to the ground, not rising this time.
I don't trust it. Is it actually dead?
Several seconds pass. It doesn't rise.
Do the bead. Do the bead. Who got the beads? Did I get the beads?
Yeah,
Out
he
from
handed them to someone.
out from the log goes. After a few moments of like it's not getting up.
So you throw it up into the air. You
Yeah.
throw it, and it goes about 30, 10, 15 feet on your own force. But then you see the bead itself continues going up further until it's about 100 feet in the air. You see a giant orange burst.
Ooh.
Firework. As the sound kind of echoes out, birds kind of fly off and stop and breathe, and you hear the sound of a crack as that tree that has been taking so much damage and got struck by a chromatic orb snaps in its trunk and falls to the ground. And as it does,
Oh.
something shiny catches your eye, or a glint of light on metal
Catches whose eye?
catches your eye.
Huh.
In the proximity, those around.
I'm still in the log.
I'm gonna
Like,
give Felix
I'm
a high
assuming
five.
you all turned at the sound of the giant tree
Yes.
fall.
Yeah, for sure.
And what I've noticed.
Well, I sort of did like the meerkat head out of the.
I'm gonna give Felix
As,
a high five before he shrinks. Do it, do it.
Since you, his hand is very big.
And I'm like,
compared to
"Ugh."
yours. He just kind of puts his up, and
Bilber comes up. It works.
Ah, good job. I'm gonna go look at that thing. Did you see the thing? I saw the thing, and I go
Yeah,
fly
there
over to
was-
it.
The what?
So, led by Lilith, you guys go and inspect the tree. As you do, you kind of want to see what that glint was. It doesn't take too long, but as you go through the foliage of the tree and expect it, you see what caused the glint. It was a piece of metal worn by a corpse that's in the tree. You see let me switch. You see the figure of a man in his mid-30s, sandy blonde hair, dressed in white armor, trimmed in red dye. On its center breastplate of the studded leather armor, you see emblazoned symbol of the Everhearth Temple, in the sign of a torch on each pauldron. You see a bow with a cord wrapped around it to the figure's hand, or to his wrist. And there's also 2 short sword scabbards, although one of the swords appears to be missing. And what stands out most dramatically from this corpse is that starting about the palm of the left hand, the skin has turned ashen dark in color, and you see where purple and black lines have gone up the veins and corrupted the skin around it, and it goes all the way up to his neck.
Oh.
But the That's what he said.
So Billboard is naturally curious of anything, and so he sort of like comes up, and he sort of like mage hand sort of like pushes up against the man to see if he's like alive or not. Probably not, but just
Yeah.
to make sure it's not moving.
Your hand kind of moves it, and it shrugs a bit, and then goes back into place.
Okay.
Kind of stiff. Or stiff.
So I approach him. Can I inspect the wounds to see if I understand what if magic of any sort could have caused this?
Make an Arcana check. A
24.
24. Okay.
That's good.
In your time at the Octo Arcana, not only did you witness your other studies, but you witnessed basically moments of triumph, or basically where other wizards would show off what they came up with and spells that they could do. At one of these events, everybody was doing their spells, and from the back, Richard Rothberg stepped forward and kind of looked at you all, and then looked at a dummy that was set up in the middle of the room, and he cast a spell that he called the Blight. And it went to this dummy, and you could see the withered black lines traced through where the veins of the wood had been and stuff. The marks it leaves and the ashen color it has and how it flakes off when you kind of touch it reminds you of the wound that you see, or this damage that this individual suffered.
You see Bilbert sort of like go white, and he's like, "Oh no!"
What's wrong?
Excuse me.
So you guys heard the news of the wizard Rothberg, who was wanted for using bad magic, and now they're banning necromancy. Well, this is actually one of his spells that he demonstrated one day when we were going over our theories, and I think it like draws out the life force of things and hurts them. I think he might have
Certainly
killed
looks
this guy. It would be extremely painful.
Well,
Oh.
he invented the spell, but couldn't anyone learn it?
Well, I mean, there's only certain levels of practice that have been really touched upon. So he is probably one of the first to actually implement this. I hope to do the same thing, but not with this. But like many times when you're going beyond a certain degree of understanding, you are the first to, I guess, explore those paths. And as far as I know, he's the only one who was able to accomplish such a thing.
So you're saying odds are pretty good. This has got to be his handiwork,
Unless he taught it to somebody else, and
I'm just hoping not. I don't really like the idea of too many people being able to do that. That looks awful.
Is it like a disease?
it sort of like draws the innate life force, so moisture, thermal energy.
So if the boar
electromagnetic.
was eating him, it's not going to make the boar poisonous for the people at the feast.
I think maybe he was just trying to eat it.
Does it look
Get
gnawed
to
on?
it.
No, there was soap in the tree.
Oh, it was up in the tree. I see.
That's probably what caught its attention, the smell of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see here.
Well, while he's looking at him, now that I know it's not like contagious, or I don't think it is, I'm gonna start like trying to figure out who he is, like rifle through pockets looking for, I don't know, like ID like they would have at the temple or something.
Roll
A Sandeep state ID.
yeah.
Sand deep state ID.
Everybody
get
roll
it.
a history check, just from generic looking at the armor.
It's the one intelligence check I'm not completely awful at. I mean, I'm still bad, but
Yeah, it's still bad.
Oh, you beat
normally
me.
I have a -1 though.
I was so proud of my
21.
18.
Lilith and Bilbert. You can tell from the torch on the pauldrons that this was a member of the Light Bearers. It's a group that the temple has to basically It's a celestial law force and venturing group. When the temple needs something done, instead of hiring adventurers, this is the group that goes and does it. You know that 4 days ago, when the Rothbergs made their escape on the Golden Ray through the harbor, put a squad of light bearers were sent in pursuit. Those rumors have been going around the city. They left on Hippogriff, and there was no report of them returning yet.
Hmm. So maybe he was in the tree because he fell out. I'm still gonna look for an ID or something. I don't know if they'd have one.
Make an investigation check.
Also, just kind of want to rifle through his pockets.
Can I help
Chaotic.
her?
Chaotic.
Yeah, you could help her. You can roll with advantage, or Chris, you can roll.
You want me to just roll by myself?
What is your
I'm pretty good at
investigation?
this. +5.
Oh yeah, you do it.
That's pretty good.
21. Okay, rifling through the pockets of this in the personal belongings of this individual. You see a holy symbol of Hestia, specifically the one for the Everhearth Temple, fixed around his neck. He has a coin purse with 1 platinum, 3 gold, and 4 silver pieces. He has a quiver on his back. You see, with that high of investigation, looking at the arrows themselves, you see celestial markings on 10 of them, and silver tips on the actual arrowheads itself, which are also marked. You see he carries a parchment that states that he is a member of the Light Bearers from the Everhearth Temple, and it does list his name. The name listed on there is... I have it. Oliver Windfall.
Okay. So like, kind of like going through it.
And there's some rations and stuff as well.
I don't take anything from him. But I look through and I say, so Oliver Windfall, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoever read it would have seen that.
So I sort of pull it out and I show Lilith and I say, I think he was in pursuit.
Maybe.
That's what I think.
Does that name sound familiar to me?
I'll just say it isn't a noble. Windfall isn't a noble house that you know of, or
it is.
That you isn't.
Isn't okay.
It isn't a name that is known, and I did forget to mention on his finger there is it would be a silver ring.
Signet or just a plain silver ring?
Just a plain silver ring, but it's etched in celestial gold inlay.
Okay.
Can't read that.
I think we should wait till somebody gets here so we can report this.
I can read it. What's it say?
Roll an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Or religion, your choice.
Arcana. 23.
Nice.
It is celestial version of enchantment.
Okay.
It's been basically blessed or enchanted. This one ties to preservation of something that is deceased.
Ah. So perhaps he's been here for quite some time.
Or stabilization.
Okay. Well, this ring's certainly handy. You said you don't want to take any of his stuff? I guess we probably shouldn't.
Not yet. If they decide that if they want to, that's fine. I don't want to get in trouble for stealing from him.
Fine. I'm gonna fly up and look to see if the people with the cart are coming.
Yeah. Shortly there, as you're standing up there investigating, you see in the distance these horses in the large wagon with this 20 group of individuals coming through. You see spears, and you see Otto kind of see you and raise a hand. And as they're walking, they're all making large arm movements, and you hear all these jingling of bells as they're coming through the forest. They come up. And they kind of, pull up and see the boar first, and they're like, Otto kind of looks it over, and he's like, how do you kill the thing? It isn't even wounded. I mean, the head's crushed in, but there's no blade marks or burn marks or...
Was Felix the only person who actually hit it?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks at you with your wooden stick, and he's like, you kill it with that branch.
He tenderized it for you.
Well, I made him a lot bigger, so he would hit him harder. I figure it'd be better if you had more meat,
Yeah.
That is most impressive.
Felix, again, not that especially big of a guy. Like, smaller than I am in real life. It's just like, I hit a lot harder than I look.
He's compact.
Got some tricks.
Have to tell those not to cross you in a bar.
Felix had not thought up until now. Felix had never really thought about what a bar fight would be like.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He realizes he'd be very good in one.
As you're having this conversation, a couple members from the group, as you're kind of milling around for a second, have taken notice of the body that's in the...
Yeah, we also have a problem. We found him.
Otto kind of moves his men back and takes a look. Kind of does... It's a member of the Light Bearers.
Uh-huh, I figure out his name, and I have a suspicion of who might have killed him.
We work
What are they
fast.
doing out here? The Light Bearers were sent after the Rothbergs not more than 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm. So, I used to study at the Octo Arcana, and one day, while studying and demonstrating our new spells, Rothberg was showing us one that he called Blight, and this has very similar properties and effects upon the body, I guess, and I think he might have killed him, and I think this is really bad.
This is you three, and he kind of points to a group of 3 guys that stand off to the side. One of them has an axe. Cut limbs for a stretcher. Go with this group from the House of the Rising Sun. Are you gonna take them to your house, or are you gonna bring them straight to the temple?
Probably the temple.
Yeah,
That'd be
Everhart would
best,
be
right?
best. Yes.
I think that would be like what his final wish is, right? That's what he'd want.
All right.
More importantly, it's what the temple would want. And they're around to be angry if we don't do that.
Yeah, fetch a stretch or build a stretcher. You can take one of the wagons we left behind. We'll get the rest here. Keep the other flare.
Okay.
Master said you could if it wasn't needed.
The bells, are you doing that to keep them away?
Yes, they're terrified by the sound of, or at least fear the sound of the jingling bells. It looks a bit ridiculous, I admit, but effective.
Safety first.
You see Bilber like pull a good-sized journal out and start taking notes.
All right, the rest of you lot, you keep watch. The rest, truss them up and try and get them loaded.
And so 3 of them are coming with us, or no?
Yeah, you see one of them
Okay.
like chop limbs, and they get like a rough stretcher lashed together.
I just want to make sure we were going to have bells with us.
Yes,
Okay.
you do. You have bells.
I
guess I
also
could-
use minor illusion to mimic the noise.
Okay.
Can you prestidigitate a sound of a bell?
Yeah.
I think you can.
But like I actually am doing like I put it around my wrist the same exact bells that they have, and I'm doing like this, like waving as we're going past, and like it's making the same noise, and you see the bells.
Yeah, fate music notes. I'll make little jingling sounds too.
I can do that too.
Felix cannot do any of that. He
But
can
you
just
did that.
recognize us.
And I point at the boar. You did that.
I did do that.
With
We
a
all
little
did.
help, but
He's actually still not like. Some of that was somewhat new to like new tricks. He's still just calling them tricks. Though he is kind of realizing it's a lot harder to refer to. He just kicked a giant animal and it skid into a tree, and he's realizing, yeah, it's a little hard to harder to justify that as a trick and just like knowing where to hit something. And like, again, he's still not 100% sure. I mean, he knows it's magic, but he's still not 100% sure what he's doing. He just knows how to do it.
If you
Same.
want,
Still-
if you're ever interested, I can explain a little bit, but I know it's kind of boring sometimes.
Yeah, I'd welcome it. I can't promise I can pay attention, but
I say you
Fine.
explain it over a drink.
At this point,
I like where this is going.
individuals have the stretcher built. They carefully place the individual on there. Saying, Otto kind of looks up as he's organizing them. He's, Lady of Flame, go with you. He kind of ushers you off.
Is that the Everheart?
Yeah, that's
Hestia?
another.
Okay.
It's a common greeting in the city,
Okay. I'll.
or farewell in the city.
Yes.
Go forth, get out. The guards kind of open the gate as you knock, and they just kind of look at what's coming through, and they're like, "Oh, that's a nightmare." All right, you guys take one of the wagons that are there. One of the guards, there's a group of them there as well, comes up on horse and says, "We'll escort you." You go, following the way, riding on horseback, back into town, back into the Cloud Top district, until you reach the Everhearth complex. Large, stoic blocks of red granite stacked on top of each other, going into large spires. This old, almost medieval-like cathedral is the main structure. Stop the wagon, get out, and there is a young acolyte standing at the gate. Sees you approaching, begins to walk out and meet you. Kind of raises a hand. Is there need for aid?
Can we cover the dead guy with a blanket or something, so that he doesn't see
could.
him? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, going through the whole city, the city,
Yeah.
going through the city.
Like a withered-looking dude.
Yeah. So he'll be covered in a blanket, and we'll just say, we need to return someone to you.
Kind of gets a quizzical look. Kind of walks around to the side.
You might not want to look. I'm afraid they've fallen.
Kind of lifts up the blanket. Oliver. He kind of throws it down. You three, with me. And you see he just starts clearing the way out in front of him into the temple. As he walks in, there's another young man, probably only 15 or so, in just robes, just yells the command. Fetch Tessa Winwright. We need her here now. We'll meet her in the resurrection chambers. Follow. And they're taking a quick walk, and your guys are going through this massive cathedral. You see a grand altar with a curtain behind it. As you're coming in, it's about midday. There's a small group of worshippers, but also apparently there is a choir that is practicing, so you get these giant choir tones filling up the space and kind of echoing as you're, the solemn feet of feet moving at high speed through it. Eyes
Start
turn
humming
your,
along.
eyes turn your direction. The choir pauses for a moment as they see you walk, and they kind of go off to one of the side doors on the left side of the altar, not going behind the curtain that's behind it, a stretch across the space. You go through a hallway, take a right, and he leads you into a room. And it's got this giant stone. It looks like an altar, but it's just a giant stone. What's the word?
Like a slab?
Slab. And they put the body on. You see it's just inlaid with all sorts of silver, celestial, and reading it, it's all essences about the soul bringing bodies back. You see oil lamps or continual flames burning in all the corners. As the body's placed there from the stretcher, he's like, "Which one among you found Oliver?"
I don't know who saw him first. I think it was all of us.
I think you two sort of like saw him, but you guys were able to see him. I identified him as Oliver, but I also think I might know who might have killed him.
Just fine. You three, leave. Thank you for your services. What we're going to do will be assistance if you are here and present. But you being the ones that found him might help in what we're trying to do. Please remain quiet and offer prayers to Hestia that Oliver may be returned to us. And as he's finishing this, you see older woman, can't tell, maybe mid-40s, blonde hair tied up in a bun. You see streaks of gray starting to come into it. She comes in with just an air of purpose. She's got white robes with red trim. Kind of looks, sees the body there, and Oliver. One of the light bearers have returned. Any others? She kind of looks at you three. Did you see anyone else?
No.
He was by
Not a
himself
soul.
in a tree.
Right. Other things first. Shut the door. With that, this man closes the door. And you see she goes to one of the shelves in the temple, and she pulls out a large diamond. She begins uttering an incantation, and you see the diamond begin to glow. After a while, the diamond itself bursts into shards, and you see them begin to alight, almost like shining embers in the air. And as she sits there in silence as the embers begin to glow, and they begin to rise. You see she watches, but then they slowly turn black and begin to fall. A couple seconds passes, and she looks down, grabs a cloth, and throws it back over the body. Damn the Rothbergs. A moment, please. And he opened the other individual in there opens the door, ushers you out. He steps out, close it. He's like, one moment, please. And over the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as you stand there, you just hear the sounds of things breaking, angry voices in the chamber behind you. Eventually, though, the door does open. And you see, somewhat disheveled, trying to put herself back together. Thank you for bringing him back to us. May I inquire as to where you found him?
He was in the Boar Fort enclosure, in a tree.
You didn't see any others?
Not in the area. Though I admit it didn't occur to us to start looking through the other trees.
Just fine. She kind of turns to the man who's standing there and says, have Olivia search the rest of the Boar Fort on horseback. So he turns back to you as he runs off. I would ask that you please keep what you have. Keep this knowledge to yourself for the time being. We'll be releasing it shortly, but I must speak with the thrones and attend to some other work. Can I get your names?
Lilith.
And
Felix Davenport. He offers kind of a courtly bow.
Ah, right. Full names. Lilith Astramadora.
Thank you.
Oh, you see Bilbert like groan a little bit. My name is Bilbert Orbo Wisecock.
Just gives a slight nod. Thank you for the service. The temple will not forget. The lady will remember thee. You're always welcome here in need of our services. For bringing them back to us, you should have this. And she reaches out from beside her. She is holding the quiver that was on his back. She kind of hands it. She kind of holds it out and says, "I know not what of your skills, but consider this an offering from the temple to you. Use them as you will, or sell them for something that you may use to further your efforts."
Are they special in some way?
Yes, these are arrows of sacred flame. We don't often make them for sale or private use. They're used exclusively by those in the temple. But if you intend to sell them, you should get fair price. Rare.
Well, I do have some skill with a bow.
Yes. If you do connect with one, when you fire it, it will deal extra radiant damage. It's a blessing imbued upon these arrows. If you excuse me, let me walk you out to the main worship area, and I then have other things to attend to. Thank you.
Of course.
With that, she leads you out. She kind of just opens the door and sees you, and just closes it behind her.
I take
And you
the
find
quiver.
yourselves in the main worship hall, the main cathedral part of the Everheart Temple. A couple eyes are looking at your way as you're coming back, but otherwise, what do you do?
Are either of you any good with a bow?
Not really.
Felix kind of shrugs, because despite what his art shows, he is just kind of all right with one.
Gonna just slip the quiver on.
You are welcome to keep it. I mean,
We
know
can
how to
share
fire
them.
one, but I'm not never the best shot.
Well, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was.
Perhaps we shouldn't talk about it while we're still inside.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
Bilbert looks very troubled by all this. Like he's just sort of like frowning and walking.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that they didn't want to hear your theory, Bilbert. I'm sorry.
It's not that. It's just.
I think she knew already, though.
It's just. There's different views on this, and I don't expect everyone to have the same view as me, but there's a difference in arcane magic than divine magic in that no one's gifted it to you. You know, it's something that you now have, and you hold in your hand the power to create, to destroy, to alter, to all these things. And you know, and people just do terrible things with it, and it makes me sort of confused because we could no longer be tied by the limits of who we worship necessarily, but like now we can use it to help whoever and to at our choice and at our disposal of what we can do and learn and understand the fabric of reality, and they choose to hurt people. It's just really sad.
And there are always going to be people who see a new tool in the world. I'm sure and you know, from one angle, let's just take a sword for example. I mean, sword's pretty specific purpose, but the hands of one person, it's to defend, it's to keep safe, it's to, it's a deterrent, it's a way to protect things. In the hand of someone else, it's just for stabbing people. Okay, that's kind of simplifying it from I think what you're trying to get at with magic. Again, this is not great with the high concepts all the time, but I think it's the same idea. Like, some people are going to see something new and they're just going to see the potential it has to destroy things, and that's just how people are. It's not great. It's not great at all, but trick is, and he kind of pats him on the shoulder, you don't have to be like that. You can be better.
Some people are selfish and they take advantage of things.
I mean, I'm just a beginner. Like, I can't really do anything impressive, but I think I need to make this a priority for me to make sure that people are not misusing magic. And I may not be able to fight Rothberg myself, but I can learn.
I mean, that makes sense. Everybody seems to be against him.
There's going to be others, and I think it's important that if I can do something, I should. Anyways, we should go get our gold, and we can think about this more later. It's just...
Yeah.
I think you need a drink, friend.
I know I need a drink, friends.
Yeah.
Drinks?
Drinks.
Pub? Drinks?
We could go back to the guild house and get our money and drink there.
I think that's the winning move.
Yeah.
I think that's where we'll pick up next time.
I think that's a good call.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the boar. God dang monks. I was like, okay,
I'm gonna say it.
Guy.
I'm gonna say it again because I had kind of forgotten because I only played a monk once before, but we had a monk in that campaign that I briefly switched over to monk for almost the whole campaign, and it came up a lot in that campaign where our DM, I think the exact phrase was, "Monks are bullshit."
I like how you use your podcast voice for that. Monks are bullshit.
Yeah, you've got to do the lean in and quietly just proclaim that monks are some bullshit. What if I just use an open hand? And I've never played with open hand before. And it's like, oh, what if this thing you already want to do just suddenly is better for free?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
just stunning
crazy.
strike in itself is like crazy.
The only thing weak about Stunning Strike is the fact that it's a con save, and a lot of monsters have good con.
Yeah, that's true.
But other than that, it's like, what if I spent a key point to stun you?
Imagine
We
if you hit me,
stun-locked a
though.
beholder once.
I love it. Bard inspires for you to stun lock. Oh wait, no, that's a save. Just kidding. Well,
we
anyway.
had a bard monk combo in that party because I was the bard, and then we had a monk as well, and it was, like I said, we stun locked a beholder. It never got a chance to attack.
That's crazy.
I mean, we were
crazy.
reasonably high level at that point, but I mean, I think it did because it was able to legendary action out of at least one of the being stunned, but it didn't live long enough for it to matter.
I played an open hand monk in a little mini campaign, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah,
they seem real good.
Next
they're real
time
good.
we pick up, it'll be a 10-day from today.
Ooh.
So
we gotta do
10
some
days
downtime.
will have passed. So think of what you want to do in your downtime. If you have nothing pressing, you can always roll to have completed small bounties for the guild.
Okay, good to know.
We can discuss that more, but just so
Yeah.
everyone
All
knows,
right.
we'll pick up 10 days from now.
Sounds like a plan. All right,
Awesome.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, awesome. 10 days of downtime.
Yeah.
What is the next time we play?
It'll be on a Wednesday 2 weeks from now.
Okay,
so
so
a little over 2 weeks, but
not
Yeah.
the 4th, the 11th.
That sounds right.
I don't know. I've got so much going on my computer.
Fourth
if I
is
might-
next Wednesday. Let's see. 4th is next Wednesday, which next week, so no. So yeah, 11th is the week after that. So the Wednesday the 11th should be the next game.
Tentative pause on that. I might be out of town that week. We will see.
Potentially.
Okay.
We'll
Wednesday
tweet
the
about
11th.
it. We'll
That
figure
might
it
be
out.
My last out of town inventory trip.
Heyo.
Hey, well, that'll be
Actual
nice to
more
be
than
done
10
with that.
days.
Yes.
All right. Well, why don't
Next
you tell
time on the lands of
Anderson.
Toren.
on Dragon Ball Toren? Why don't you guys all introduce yourself? Plug anything you want to plug. I'll go last. We'll go Zach, Jeeps, Chris, and then I'll close out and I'll find someone to raid while you guys are talking.
All right. I'm Zach. You can find me there at Last World Archive, where I lurk on Twitter, and then I lurk on the Twitch as Golden Guys. So if you see that name, that's who I am.
Jeeps.
Oh yeah, I'm next, aren't I? Hey, I'm JP or Jeeps or AKA Jeeps. Take your pick. If you want to follow anything I do, I am on Twitter at AKA Jeeps, like below. Or more importantly, to some degree, I'm on Instagram as that. I do a lot of cosplay stuff, and I post most of that on Instagram. Every once in a while, I'll also share something on Twitter. Additionally, I also every once in a blue moon stream on Twitch, also under that name. So I don't know. One day maybe I'll go play some really bad Smash Brothers again. Terry's really good and also inspired me to change this character to a monk.
It's
Do I
true.
have anything else? I guess we're putting sort of self-promotion, even though I don't post anything else on that channel anymore. We are putting the VODs for this on my old YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Atna Gaming, ATNA Gaming. And the VODs will be going up there, so they won't go away after the whatever amount of time it is on Twitch. They'll be permanently archived there. So for anyone who's not here and therefore not able to hear this message right now, or also anyone who just wants to go back and watch stuff, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Probably me.
These won't be Lost World archives.
Yeah, they will be
Hey.
worlds that aren't
Okay,
lost.
Chris, you go.
So you can find me on Twitter as of right now at Gatlingun26, just like my last name, 26. I've been trying to be a little more active with my art. Sometimes I post some sassy nerdum, but that's pretty much it. I'm trying to get a little more into like art and thinking about maybe doing like occasionally some things that I make with as a DM. But yeah, find me on there.
And here.
And here.
And here, I am now part of something else.
Yeah,
Every other Wednesday, usually, we will be
kind
here.
of, sort of.
2
I like
Wednesdays
that.
a month.
Every other Wednesday, usually.
I'll tweet about it. I'm Katie Exotic. Thank you for hanging out with us. I love playing D&D on stream because you always want to talk about your D&D games, but it's not relevant to anyone not playing. But you were here, so we could talk about it with people. It's super awesome. I do have a Discord if you want to join it. I don't talk nearly as much as I should, but I'll talk if you talk to me. And we're going to go raid Ascension Stories because they're still playing D&D in their other campaign that I don't play in. But I'll be playing on their channel tomorrow. On Saturday mornings, I DM for Open for Adventure. Well, it's for Half Right Heroes on Open for Adventure. On Sundays, we play on Jenny's channel, Sleepiest_. I think that's all my streamed games. Probably. And I stream, do other stuff. You probably know that because you're here. We're going to go. Thank you, Trav. Thanks for hanging out. You guys should follow Trevor, by the way. He's Canadian and nice, and he also plays guitar and stuff, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a 3D printer. Anyway, so I'm going to pop the raid up after the stream ending screen, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye, thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.